If y'all can see the behind the scenes dancing going on, y'all will have a good time with all of us. Okay, y'all don't know how we give y'all a show, but y'all can't even see the show. Okay, y'all can't see what I see, but I hope y'all is getting ready for us, the ladies, because it is Thursday. Okay, and Thursday means what? Us, ladies first, all day. Like the video, okay? Like the video, or else. I mean, ain't gonna happen. I'm saying like the video. Herself, her lyric, you know what I'm saying? James probably typing away, writing a story or something for a quick chat, okay? Niecy flashing around because she's an engaged woman with her wine and everything. And there's things going on behind the scenes of it all. Okay? Y'all ready, ladies? We're gonna wait because, you know what I'm saying, we have to eat food too, because sometimes we need sustenance for our spirit. Okay? Be in about 15 seconds. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna give each other time to get together. I'm glad to watch your body right now. Okay. We know we here. Know where we here? See? He right here. There we go. Y'all see the picture? Okay. It's kind of live right now. And we right here too. Okay. We always around. Hello, ladies. Hello, ladies. Hello, ladies. Hey. Thank y'all for coming around to watch us on Thursdays, which is always ladies' first night. Okay. It's been a long week. We are all here. Okay. Looking gorgeous and stuff. And we have foolishness to go on today, because that's what we do. So how is everyone doing today? How is everybody doing? How's y'all doing?
I'm blessed. I'm good.
Blessed and highly favored. I'm so ready for this.
I feel great. I feel amazing. You know, feeling great, Lewis.
So I have a question of the day that I saw on social media. Okay, I was scrolling, and I was like, you know, we are women, we have a little girl chat or whatever. So this is a question everybody can answer, and you know, it does not have to be about you per se. Okay, just a general question. If somebody said on, I think it was on maybe the Shade Room. Question: how many minutes of sex is considered a quickie? What number of minutes could be considered a quickie?
15 minutes or less.
I was gonna say 10. Something where the foreplay is minimum.
15 minutes not
I'm with you. Yeah, around that time.
Bondi.
What?
15 minutes is not a quickie.
It's not?
No, not on a regular basis.
Oh, I don't know who y'all fuck. I'm sorry.
No, I mean, no, not on like a regular day, but like if you had to go, if you're on the way to work, if you on your way to the spa, and the spa appointment is at 10:30, okay, it is 10 o'clock. You can't have a 15-minute quickie. You're gonna be late for the spa appointment.
Then we can't have a quickie. I'll be here. You'll be here. I'll be back. Okay.
I'll see you later.
You know, it's a plethora. There's no, you know, shortage on peen. So I just kind of feel like, you know, 15 minutes is not a lot of time for me. I still need you to rev up the engine a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know.
Quickie ain't like a whole lot of revving up the engine. It's like when it's cold outside and you know you're supposed to heat your car up, but you don't heat it up and you just keep going anyway.
And you go and you hope to make it. Yeah, I think a real quickie is like 5 or less. It's like it's a get in, get out, gotta go.
5 is a little low.
Do y'all expect is anybody having an orgasm besides him in this situation?
But if you rushing,
you may not, but you may feel like I got what I need. Let me go.
But if you know what he's doing,
like overall orgasm, but you may feel like I got what I need. Let me go.
No, you got to do some things.
Like those quick naps. You like, let me just take a 15-minute nap. Let me just take a 10-minute, and if you pop up and you good to go. Kind of like
I understand what you. I understand what you're coming from,
session,
and I feel you. But as an adult, as a grown ass, like married person, I don't live like that, y'all. Like, I wish I did. I wish I was out here like, 5 minutes. No. I'm gonna get my nut. We're not doing this. This ain't just for you.
Relate. Bonnie said I cannot relate.
I love
that
y'all.
That makes sense then. Why she said the 15 minutes or less.
Well, yeah, that's the whole thing. But my thing would be if you think about. That's a session though. A quickie should be we trying to literally get in.
No,
slide your panties to the
side. Session is if I go
friction some stuff.
You gotta friction some stuff, and then you go into it.
They said also
you go into it. I bust once, then you bust. Okay, or we can bust at the same time, whatever you like. But quickie, I'm sorry. I know y'all. I see y'all. I'm wrong. I'm fine, but I have to tell y'all, ain't no sex happening if I'm not going. You know what I'm saying? Just in my married life. That's all.
I don't say that's fair. 5 to 7 minutes for a quickie is not bad though, because you're not trying to have a full session. You're just trying to get something real quick, leave real quick, come back home, and then later on finish it all on out. Now this person, a session is an hour plus. Well, I mean,
20 minutes and above is a session as far as I'm concerned.
An hour. I got things to do. I got work. I got reviews to do. I got clothes to wash.
That's an hour. You can go more than once in an hour. Well, I don't know. I can't speak for everybody, but I don't think you can go more than once in an hour.
Well, yeah, because an hour you can split it on up and do 30 and 30 and have a little water break in the middle.
Yeah, that sounds like too much. An hour.
It depends though.
On what
I can't do an hour because I'm not doing what Flies tells me to do, which is work out so that you can actually good and not look good. I don't work out enough to go that long.
An hour is a long. What is it? An hour straight?
30 is probably good. 30 is fine.
Well, yeah, 30 is good. 30 is like a regular good time being had by all. That's what I'm thinking. Like if 30 is a good time had by all, I feel like if it's a quickie before work and I gotta go, you gotta go. And if you know what you're doing, if you focus, you can get it done in 5 to 7. If you focus on the right area.
I mean, I would want you guys to be focused in that.
But no, but you gotta be focused on the right everything of it all. You can't be sloppy with it. You can't just be like all willy-nilly with it. You know, you have to be real focused and know what you're doing. I need her to have hers while I have mine, and then that's a good quickie. You on mute, Wandy.
You need to be real intentional about your slayage.
Boom.
About where we're pointing it. What is the velocity? What is the thrust number? Nigga, where are we? We need to be very intentional about all those things. Are we speeding up? Are we slowing down? Are we doing the mixture of both? Okay, what do we need to do? Good job. Am I choking you on the way out? We can get all these things done quickly.
That does depend. But this person, she gets head for 30 minutes. Okay. I mean, good luck. It was, as Jamie would say,
the bone structure gotta be fire AF because I know them jaws strong.
I'm not trying to make excuses for struggle peeing. A quickie just means that you have a certain amount of time to be there. Like I gotta go to work in the morning. He gotta go to work in the morning. We only got so much time to get it done. So okay, if my alarm went off and it's 9 minutes when I snooze it. Okay, we got 9. But you know what? 9 minutes is a good quickie. That's a minute between my snoozing. So if I snooze it, boom, you got 9 minutes to get it done. I gotta go to work.
Oh, you said regular between your snooze 9 minutes. That's how you came up with that? Okay.
Yeah, my snooze time, and like I can snooze my alarm, it goes for 9 minutes. So that's a good a quickie, not a session, not a full-on fest, not a full-on day of sex, just a quick little get me to where I need to be, and then go out. I
respect that.
But I'm like, it can go either kind of way, all the kind of ways. And yes, the quickie is an appetizer. I agree with that.
I don't know.
It's like chicken fingers.
It's not an appetizer.
Onion
it is fast food. It is not an appetizer. It is fast food.
That's
because there is a ending.
It's Smoothie King.
It's a meal replacement.
So that was my question of the day. I just saw it. I was like, you know what? I want to ask this question to see what people say. And then I was going to pop it on up here. But let's go on to our lovely, lovely games of it all. We know every week we have to play our favorite game that we love. Game. Y'all don't know how much we like that sound. We be like this. We love that sound. That's what we do. We love it. Okay, we love it. So I have 3 sets of people. Different kind of people, you know, for different things and whatnot. So my first set of people, you know, they own companies. Okay, they have produce people in different ways, you know, and I feel like, you know, we've never talked about them this way. So, you know, Birdman, Master P, and then P. Diddy. If you had to murder, fuck, or kill the 3, who would you choose in this order? Now, see, I would marry Master P because I feel as if he's always gone so I could have my own life. I would bang Puff because Puff seems like he is great sexually and he may pay you money too. And I would kill Birdman because I feel as if, you know, he just would have to die. He got to go. I don't know why.
You know, I have this odd urge to say I'm a married Birdman.
Well, you was going. What you was getting with
you was gonna marry Boosie last week.
Y'all,
yeah,
y'all not gonna let that go.
We can't.
See, I wish I could say no to all 3, but the reason why I'm saying I would marry Birdman is because it seems like him and Tony are going pretty strong. It seems like he winds up.
Has Tony got her engagement ring back?
Are they engaged or are they really are they just dating?
They
no.
She said she lost it.
Why they fell out, but it seemed like they both seemed to be madly in love when it was good. So Birdman might have a little bit of sense. So I'll marry him. Gosh, I don't want to smash any of them really. I guess I'll smash Diddy, I guess, but I don't think Diddy would be hidden for nothing. I would just smash just because he's the most visually pleasing in my opinion. I couldn't smash Master P because he gives like father
under thighs,
them hips.
I get father vibes. I'm thinking about his little show on Nickelodeon with Romeo when he was like the dad.
I forgot about that show.
He is the dad.
Yeah. He is the dad, but you know the show.
He is the dad. Like he is a forever father to that nigga Lil Romeo. Oh my God.
So yeah, that's my order. I'm a marry Birdman, I'm a smash Diddy, and Master P gotta go. Don't judge me for marrying Birdman, y'all.
Okay. I would probably fuck Birdman because I'm from New Orleans, and any nigga that look and talk like him that's fucking Tony Braxton can fuck. Master P, I'ma marry you because we from the same place and you got money. So there's a level of understanding that I think we would have. And plus that means we will often travel back home just for food. And only he could understand the importance of that. And as a wife, I would change the size of your pants. And Diddy, I would just throw you away because I feel like you just be out here playing too many games. First of all, like the way you did with the Kim Porter situation, like strung that lady along for like 3 or 2 decades or some shit like that. And then we'll turn around when she died talking about, oh my God, I made a big mistake. Like, get the fuck out of here with that shit. You knew what you was doing and you don't really feel bad about it now. You got exactly what you wanted to get out of it. A fucking harem with beautiful children connected to said beautiful harem. So yeah, I'm killing Diddy, and also because I know about sneak shit that he does that I just don't feel like dealing with.
Yeah. I would probably marry Master P because out of all of them, he's probably the most loyal person out of everybody, you know.
That's true.
When it comes to Diddy, I would just smash him because he seems to be, out of him and Birdman, the only one that has the stamina to do so, to be honest. He seems to keep himself a bit fit and as young as he can be. And then Birdman, I'm just not a fan of Birdman. I've just never really cared for him. And then when the situation happened with Lil Wayne, it's like, dang, you'll betray Lil Wayne. So what would you do with me? I don't give a damn about what Tony talking about. So it's a no for me. Stab, 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 kill, kill, kill.
He gotta go. I don't think him and Tony really together. I feel as if it's like they are phantom dating, like in some alternate universe they're a couple and we just see like remnants of them, like they spirits just sitting around the restaurants. Because like when do we really see them together in real life? Like Tony posts all the time herself with no ring. I'm looking like, why y'all ain't married? Like I just need something to happen.
That's why he's just a smash and pass. Like, to be honest, knowing what I know about New Orleans people in general, I just kind of feel like I might be disappointed with Diddy, where I don't feel like I would be disappointed with Birdman, because that's just like a, you know, an innate these niggas be hoes type thing going on. Mm-hmm. And Diddy to me is a little lame, and the only reason he doesn't come off as lame is because he has money.
Because if he was broke, he'd be a punk. If Diddy was broke in the hood,
when he was on Notorious, were you really attracted to him, or did he make Derek Luke unattractive?
Nobody said marry Diddy, right?
No,
nobody said that.
No, but it was either fuck or kill.
Okay, yeah, I was just.
You gotta go. So the next set of people I have, I think it's like a choo-choo train that I've been riding, but I don't know how y'all gonna feel. So I picked, Lance Gross. I picked Laz Alonso, and then Aldous Hodge. I have loved Aldous Hodge.
I was trying not to do that. That's why I was shaking my head like this.
I was like, if there was ever a train to ride on, you know what I'm saying? Not the Underground Railroad train, but any other train in life that we as Black females would want to get on to get to it, we will be focused on this train. Okay. I would definitely marry Aldous Hodge because something about that man gives me protector vibes. Like, he was nowhere on Underground, and I was like, he is fortified in Blackness for some reason, and I would just it would go down. Okay, I would bang Lance. I would bang Lance based on the movie he did with Lil Mama when he played Dino, and he like, do they call you Big D? What you think? It was that role he did. It sparked something in me. I'm like, okay, Lance can play a gangster dude, but be like attractive, and for that reason, Lance has to die. But I think before he died, I may like rape him a little bit, but then he would die at the end of it. That's my choice.
Oh,
go ahead.
Aldous Hodge, he is so fucking handsome to me. Like, I could just sit and just stare at him like all day. He is so gorgeous to me. I would definitely marry him. I think he is extremely talented as an actor. I would probably, I don't know. I used to like Lance Alonso a lot. I don't know. Maybe it was the weight gain that kind of like turned me off from him a little bit. So I probably would smash Lance and then do away with Laz. He got to go.
I agree with that assessment. I would definitely marry Aldous because of like the overall shoulderness of it all. Like, I feel safe. You're looking at me emotionally and I feel safe. Mm-hmm. Laz Alonso seems like one of those guys that seems so sweet until you get to know him and then you figure out he's a fucking psychopath. And even though Lance sometimes gives like a narcissistic vibe, I would climb his tree.
So I'm gonna go marry Lance. I'll marry Lance. Even though Aldous is very, very, very tempting. Like, everything about him, like his face is very sweet, yet very sexy, yet very strong. Like, it's just, But I'm gonna just say marry Lance. He seems to be like a good husband, a good father. He's very handsome as well. I would smash Aldous, and then the other one gotta go.
Did Laz die? Did Laz die? Everybody let him die?
Yeah,
so light-skinned man. We let him go. He had to go to Jesus. But I was trying to find people, and I was like, I want to not put someone we already put, and I couldn't remember. And I was like, it's something like Al just popped in my head. I'm like, ooh, and from him and this girl, it was the whole little threesome.
I love this photo with him because I just keep looking at him like,
ain't he handsome? It's something about him that looks like I am proud to be a black man, and you can't. That's the look he gives me, and then the roles he picks, he still just feels like he was born in the 1800s, and he just lived the whole time and never aged, like he's a super soldier, and then he hasn't aged at all. So he's like formed in slavery times, and he just here with us now. We don't even know it, but he just looks like he was like a stallion of a dude. I think he's cute. I think it's amazing. So the next little set, I was like, there are shows we watched when we were younger, and I was like, what if they were lesbians? So the females that I picked for this one is Whitley Gilbert, not Jasmine Guy, Whitley Gilbert, Freddie Brooks, and Kim Reese. Okay, man, fuck you. I would marry Freddie because I feel as if she's fun.
Which Freddie? Okay. Freddie that went to law school or the original?
Both, because I feel like she always was both people, and people didn't give her a chance to be both people. And so I feel like the funness of younger Freddie, but the matureness of older Freddie would work well with me growing older. So that's why I would marry Freddie. I would bang Kim, because Kim was fucking with Ryan, and I felt like, you know what I'm saying, it was a freeness in her spirit when she started messing around with Ryan. So I would bang Kim. The reason I would kill Whitley is because of her voice. Dwayne, I couldn't do that the whole time. So that's the only reason I would have to kill Whitley Gilbert.
I was about to say the same thing, because at first I was like, well, Whitley's so headstrong, but then I was thinking about her voice.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking about the whole time. Then I was thinking about how fun Freddie was. So yeah, marry Freddie. I'll marry Freddie. I think I could smash Whitley. I mean, it's just a voice for, let's say, a 9-minute quickie, like what we were saying, y'all. And then Kim would go for me.
I think I agree with that. Because I feel like even though Kim physically is my type, like brown skin, pretty teeth, nice smile, you know what I'm saying? Real soft around the eyes. But my issue is that Kim was kind of like a bitch on the slick. As cool as she was, like she was just in relationship.
She had her moments.
In relationships, she seems so tiring to me. Like you just could never make her happy. When she was with the white boy, then when she was with the guy who was also a doctor with the locks, and then when she got with Ryan's ass, like it was just Ryan fucked up because he wanted to be with Freddie, but still, he chased her for so long, he got tired of chasing her, it seemed like. So I just feel like Kim would just be exhausted in a relationship, so that's why I would kill her. And I would fuck Whitley because of the after she married Dwayne era. Okay? There was something about like and maybe not even after, maybe right before, where she like really came into her womanhood and he made her feel away, y'all. And she was like, he got me fucked up. And at first she was all sad, but then she was like, oh no, I have to, because I'm Whitley Gilbert and I'm not doing this. And Dwayne will come around looking all sad and she'd be like, oh well, Dwayne, that's what you get. And it was just real like shoulders and everything. I love it. So I would fuck Whitley for that. And of course I would marry Freddie because bitch, I'm into rocks and crystals and justice.
That'll work. So somebody said I should. Oh, you didn't go. Go for it.
No, go ahead.
No, because somebody asked why I didn't use Lena James. It's because I wanted to use women who were in the same classes. Lena came so much later on. She was young, so that would be weird. So that's why I just did these three. Go ahead, Jamie.
I actually have. That's crazy because this is actually one of my favorite shows, which is Different World. I can watch it over and over. But I have
season 2.
I have no desire for any of these ladies. That is what's crazy. So I would just literally go in the order of what you have here. Marry Whitley, because she was the only one that actually did get married. Freddie, smash her because she free-spirited. She cool. And then Kim, the same reasons of what Bondi mentioned. You can't really make her happy. So it's like, you got to go.
What you gonna do?
Like, I can't even remember her having any successful relationship on the show. Now that I think
she
about
didn't.
She had none. Not
and the weird part was, because even Bondi just mentioned how, you know, the best seasons was after season 1. I do feel like season 1 was like a whole pilot season and not like a real season. Like season, because was not Jasmine, was Denise on season 2? Because did she come back on season 2?
No.
Denise.
No.
Was she only just on season 1?
She was just season 1.
I do feel like season 2 was great. I feel like even once they was like on their own was even better. Like around season 3, 4, when it kind of got more like more hip, I'll say. Because I feel like in the beginning it wasn't like an HBCU. I think too many white people around to feel as if it was HBCU. I think they then got into the whole HBCU of it, like when they did the step show, then pledging. I liked that more than season 1 being focused on Denise, being focused on Melissa Tomei. I'm like, girl, Jaleesa's husband, girl, we ain't time for that. I was like, no. But I do love the other seasons. I can watch it all the time.
Yeah.
No, my parents love me. Yeah, it wasn't even the best theme song. Like, we all know when Aretha came on for "It's a Different World," then where you come from.
Fantastic, remember?
Yeah. Okay, listen.
It's a great show. I wish it would come back, but like in order of, I hate when they come on TV. It's like it's out of order. It's like, no, I need the right order to watch it so I can kind of keep up with
Amazon Prime, girl.
Prime, yeah.
It's on Amazon Prime.
Yes.
I thought they had it on Netflix too for a little bit, right?
I did not know
always
that.
been on Amazon. And I'm so glad it's still on there. I'd be like, please never take this off. Please.
It's Amazon Prime. I did, because I have Amazon. I don't even use that much.
Because sometimes I just want to go back and just watch the scene of Whitley denying old boy just so she could tell. I'm sorry, Byron.
When he came in, like,
girl,
I was like, come on, Dwayne.
When I tell you, I'll never forget it. We were at my mom's hair salon. All like so many women in the hair salon watching this fucking episode, right? And we all sitting around the TV. And as soon as she was like, I'm sorry, Byron, and everybody in the shop, lost their mind. When I say y'all, we was losing. I'll never forget it, y'all. One of the best TV moments.
That's the best. That's the best wedding ever, because no one was. It was like, speak, Dwayne. I'm like, yeah, I love you. I'm like, yes, he loves her.
Will you? To this day, because of that.
They show this scene on Twitter at least once a month. Somebody is retweeting.
Say what, Niecy?
People are retweeting that scene on Twitter at least once a month. I see it
because it's the best scene ever. I'm gonna watch it today. Now the last one I have, because I couldn't think of 3 people from Married for a Kill, so I'm doing like One Gotta Go, but it's a remix and only one can stay. Okay, so out of these 3 groups of musical artists, only one group and all of their music can stay. The other 2 leaves, or the music goes, they don't die, but we can't hear their shit no more. So the groups I picked: Dru Hill, Jodeci, and 112. Only one group can stay. Because One Gotta Go is too easy, because that's too easy. But to say 2 gotta go, only one can stay. Which group in all of their music
that's easy
can stay?
I feel like it was easy.
Really?
That's not about to say, Bondi. That's
Jodeci stays. Now, if I had to choose 2 to stay and 1 to go, that would be hard.
So, okay, so who would your 2 be?
It's so hard because I love Cupid by 112. It's literally one of my favorite songs of all time. Oh Lord, but Dru Hill gave me "Tell Me What You Want." Tell me.
See, and I'm stuck between Jodeci and Dru Hill.
And don't forget about the bed song. I mean, you know, In My Bed.
Somebody sleeping. Yes.
In my bed. In the video. Let's not forget the very ending of the video.
But no, but Jodeci.
The apartment, and it was a girl in the bed with the bitch instead of a dude.
What's better? Jodeci's "Come and Talk to Me" video, or the Sleeping in My Bed video. And I mean them in the colored blue jean airbrush jacket with the Jodeci boots by the pool. I mean the piano coming in and they look. So I'm stuck between Jodeci and Drew Hill because I love both.
Jodeci all day, every day, without a motherfucking doubt.
But I was definitely just gonna say Jodeci. Y'all understand? Keep Jodeci to stay around. Jodeci, oh my gosh, it's overplayed here.
I see a lot of Jodeci's in the comment section with some Drew Hills. Oh, so they said fuck 112. How you think it 112?
But yeah, so like with Jodeci, I feel like it's hard because I feel like they are the foundation or one of the foundations for a lot of these, other groups that came along later on. But I will say out of Jodeci, in all honesty, I actually like Casey and JoJo's music more. The music that they went off and did on their own more. Separately. But Drew Hill, I can play them on repeat actually nonstop. So I would have to keep Drew Hill and everybody else would have to go.
Did you go Niecy?
I feel.
Yeah, I said Jodeci.
I'm hurt. Why I couldn't be two and one?
Talk to me.
I have to pick Jodeci only because when I was younger, it was twins who lived next door to us. I had to be like elementary school, and I promise you, they looked like Dalvin and Devontae. And now I was like, I didn't.
I'm gonna say y'all, the one that keep Drew Hill though, that I play all the time. I don't know how much longer.
That's a sad song.
Be here, so I say my prayers every night. One for my mother, one for my father, and one for the girl of my life. So if you decide to leave today,
yes,
it's 5 steps.
I think it was 5 steps, right?
Yes. When I tell you, whenever that shit, we were 5 steps from eternity. We were 4 steps. 4 steps past love and 3 wishes. And you know it. You know it.
Come on.
Touching the heavens above. That we listen.
Okay. Girl, I used to be in there blasting. Do you hear me?
Whenever it plays, we have to play it twice.
When she was gone, Drew Hill was on. My brothers used to be tired of me blasting in the living room. That right there, 5 steps. You would have thought I was in the video. Loved it. Oh, I love me some Drew Hill. I'm listening to them tonight. Thank you.
Well, we picked. I'm gonna keep Jodeci just because I like Come Talk to Me. I like Feigning You. I like all those songs, but I want
to freak you. Ooh. I want this man, y'all.
They had a song with girls moaning at the end. I'm like, come on, it was on the radio.
Oh goodness.
Good old.
Don't do it. Come on now, don't do it to me.
Y'all know what's so sad is the fact that they don't have music like that now. Like
they don't.
Like, y'all don't have nobody like that. I mean, Tank tries his best. But
I was listening to him today. He does a good job. Tank has good singles. I was like, wait a minute.
I just want to hear somebody talking over a beat, begging for that lady back.
Yeah, right. No, Silk Sonic new song. Silk Sonic new song. I love. To me, Silk. They call Silk Sonic. Innocent Pack and
Story Time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Story Time. Real quick. Do y'all know Lucky Day?
Yes.
I know the name, yes, but I don't think I know the music.
Okay, oh my God, Story Time. So me and David, aka Lucky Day, went to Noka together. And I ain't go to Noka for long, but I went to Noka long enough to run into David a few times and a few times in one of the rooms that you're supposed to be practicing in, and then again on the stairwell where he sang to me. It's when he had long locks. We were both in high school. But baby, it was so funny. Somebody posted him today, and I was just like, people don't know because I think they think he's so young. But like, David is like 33, 34, like, because we were in high school at the same time. But we had a nice little time together for the time that we spent together at Noka in the piano room. So shout out to Lucky D. Continue to be successful.
What's this one song by him that I really love, and I cannot remember the name of it. I gotta find it.
I'm gonna have to pull his music up because I'm like, I gotta see.
Is that his song? Roll some more. Roll some more. Is that his song?
Yeah, that's his song.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Oh yes, y'all, I love that song.
That's why his name sounds familiar.
Child, let me be like real thirsty and throw that out right quick. You know, not thirsty, but you know,
I guess in case you want to know.
Let me cloud chase and throw that out there. And they're gonna be like, this bitch cloud chasing.
Take it.
Whatever.
So we've been promising story times for like the past 2 weeks. So Bonnie just did her little mini story time. Okay. Mm-hmm. So I gave y'all 3 choices. Should I do the window one? I think I'll do the window one because I don't want to talk about the car stealing because that's kind of crazy. So Bonnie's face made me pause. Okay, so when I was younger, you know, we would hang out a whole bunch. So story time, in case y'all don't know, story time. We'll try to do story times each week. We were talking about it for the past couple weeks. Here first. Anyway, but so I was 18, maybe 19 years old, hanging out, had a boyfriend, all that stuff or whatever. And at my friend, I was 17 or 18, hanging out at my friend's house, and her mom like locked us in the house because our boyfriends at the time was like outside fussing. These are my gangster days, okay? So boyfriends outside fussing, whoever, like little gunfights here, whatever. We would say, but little gunfights out there, whatever. And so friend's mom locked me and her in the house because like y'all should not be out there because after being done. We like, man, it's okay. Like they don't protect us. It was our mindset at 17, 18 years old. So because the door locked from the inside. You put a little key in, turn it, you can't get out without unlocking the door. So we upstairs in her room, and we figure, because on the movies, people tie bed sheets together and they climb out the window. That's what the movies do. That's what the movies do. So we up in the room, 2nd floor. Now her room was like a 2-sided room to where on one side was her grandma, and then her room was closer to the door. So grandma sleep beside, it's like midnight or whatever. Her mom downstairs, whatever. If we tie these sheets together and just tie them to the bed, we can climb out the window and then go outside without her knowing. Now, in hindsight, 9/39, I don't think we ever came up with a way to get back in the house, but we didn't care about that. The point was, I just thought, we never thought about how we get back in the house. But again, that was the thought process. And then I'm like, okay, let me be the guinea pig, because let me go first, because I think, because I've seen the movies the most, I can do it correctly. So I'm climbing out and I'm holding on to the window ledge. I'm like, hold my hands until I grab the sheet. Okay, so hold my hands until I grab the sheet. And then I'm dangling out the window and trying to grab the sheet. I got one hand on the sheet and she has another hand. And she thought she heard her grandma wake up. Bitch, let me go. Okay. And I didn't have a good hold to the sheet. And when I say I just fell from the window down to the ground, and I swear, all I remember is going like, because you just hit the ground. And I was like, am I dead? Like, is this heaven? Because you assume if you fall out of a window from upstairs, you're gonna die. So I laid there for maybe like 5 seconds or whatnot, and I wonder, was I dead enough? Because I hadn't moved yet. And I assume when you die, you can't move in there. And I looked up. And she wasn't there either. So I'm okay, I must be dead. So I was like, wait, but if you get up and move, you can run. So I like jumped up and like ran to the front. And I had on like a jersey. Like it was like a Mickey Mouse jersey or whatever. And the Mickey Mouse like glue in the dark. I was running from in between the houses, and my boyfriend Tim was across the street. And again, I told you, it was gunfights, fussing, fighting, or whatever. And so all he see is a figure running. He just see a figure running, and he was like, "The fuck." And he told he like the only reason I did not shoot you was because I seen the Mickey Mouse running. I knew it was you, and I was like, oh, so Mickey Mouse saved my life.
And you know what's funny, Jaylee? I'm imagining, you know how the man was running and get out full speed straight. I'm imagining a big a Mickey Mouse figure just running straight.
Because in my head, I'm like, I gotta get out because if I'm alive, I need to run. And one, I don't want mama, because I'm like, I had to have hit the house because it's the top to the bottom. And I just ran from between the houses. He's like, what the fuck is wrong? I'm like, we were trying to come outside. It was the dumbest shit. Because one, I could have died. Okay, I could have died. I lived to tell the story, but again, he like, you just didn't die because I didn't shoot you. Because he could have shot me because he didn't know. But luckily, I had on my little jersey that day, and I lived to tell the story.
Mickey Mouse saved you.
He saved my life, and then we had to. My legs were cut up like a little bit because I guess hit the ground. But he then had to go knock on the door to get in the house to get to the kitchen to sit down to let me in the back door. And then my friend had to come downstairs, so it made it seem as if we both came downstairs. Her mama never knew. So.
Well, she know the day that her daughter fell out of a fucking window at 2 stories up for a nigga.
Well, my mom, she know what I told my mom know, but girl,
Jaylee, it's a shame that I have that exact same story, minus the getting shot. Because I
was about to say, but you was about to get shot too.
Minus the getting shot because you was in Detroit. Can't relate.
Young ladies on here tonight.
I have that exact story, falling out a window, body bruised up, running full speed at my car. I had so much adrenaline, I didn't feel nothing. The next day, I was shoot. You would have thought I got hit by a car.
Yeah, because it's like you just keep
living.
But
why were you running out of your window?
From what boy was you running?
I want to know. So Jaylee's story is she was trying to get to her boyfriend. I was in high school at my boyfriend's house at the time in high school. His parents came, and they came home within like 45 minutes. So I'm hiding in the closet, waiting on his mom to leave the room. So she leaves the room. We tie the sheets together. I'm on the 2nd floor. And then we try the sheets. The sheets don't work. So I'm in the gutter of the 2nd floor. And he calls his friends who live in the neighborhood to come to the backyard and catch me because I was going to jump. I jumped. These niggas didn't catch me. I hit the ground. I said, boom. But I had so much adrenaline just thinking about my parents about to kill me. So I chopped. I chopped to my car. She still knew I was there. So I probably could have just walked out the front door. But yeah. Did all that to my body. So yeah, little girls, please don't be fast trying to go to your boyfriend's house.
Bob, you got some sheet. You got a sheet story too?
Okay. I'm going to tell you, I don't have a sheet story. But what I have is a story that made me never be in this situation. My sister called herself sneaking a boy in one night, right? It's always into some shit, right? I watched my siblings do a lot of stuff. My cousins, I watched them do so much shit that by the time it was time for me to get into shit, it wasn't even that deep. Like, nigga, I just got a girlfriend. Shh, don't tell nobody. But they don't sell drugs or nothing like that. But anyway, my sister got this dude in a closet. And my mom, didn't know that he was in there because my sister had him in there all fucking night. So my mom goes in there to get some shoes and sees him in there and flips out on my sister. He jumps out the window, jumps on top of the TV, jumps out the window and everything to get out. Mind you, the only reason the nigga lived to tell the story is because my daddy had already went to work. Because if my daddy had known he was in that closet, he probably would have got shot. And, my sister kind of was known for dating drug dealers. So, he jumped, out the window situation. The screen was never right after that. So because of that, whenever it came time to have inappropriate teenage sex, I was at people's parents' house that didn't give a fuck. I was at friends' houses where we was safe, and I never brought nobody. I brought one person in my house, and we did not have sex when they came in my house. And he also lived in the neighborhood. So it wasn't he was right there. Nigga, go out the back door and down the street, your house right there.
You smart.
Yeah, I wasn't about to get caught up. I watched my sister get caught up. My brother almost got shot one time by my daddy over some bullshit. My parents were not to be played with in a way. So by the time I came into my teenage years, the fact that I liked the girl, as much as people thought that was a big deal, that was the calmest shit that had happened around that house.
The moral of the story is 96 counts. So yes, that's that. I blame the TV. So that's where it all came from. the sheets don't work. They do not work. Do not try it. Okay, you may die. You can be paralyzed. So much can happen in the sheets.
The wind was knocked out of my chest.
Cause you hit the ground and it's like I was like, am I dead? Cause you don't know what to do next. Like, can I move? Cause I'm like, I gotta be dead. Cause I can't be alive. I'm out the window.
I can't believe y'all landed like and then was like, it's straight, it's cool. I was like,
you gotta go.
With that hit that I took to the ground was less than the punishment that I would incur if I went home. My parents found out what happened.
Y'all wasn't even at home, so that's a good thing about me. But we need y'all to like the video, okay? Instantly like the video right now. Y'all ain't doing nothing. Y'all watching us sitting here talking or whatever. Put your finger to work. Okay, do this. It's a quickie. Go ahead, push the button real quick. It's like that. It's like that. Like that. Do we want to do? Because we talked for a long time. Because we gave that. We're gonna do gossip chat or the I don't fuck with you. We want to do which one? Y'all care?
Gossip chat. Let's just go.
Okay. Boom. So I should got pictures. Erica Mena. I do not have a picture. Y'all know what she look like, but she and Safari have announced that they are expecting baby number 2. Congrats to the married couple. However, she then went on social media and Erica Mena brought up how she was getting tons of negative comments from people on social media. So she made a video saying how y'all are negative, y'all life ain't shit. I'm paraphrasing. How, she's better than, but she feels as if, saying some of the women don't have men. They probably sleep on mattresses. I'm like, how you gonna talk about someone being mean to you and then sit and talk shit about them? I feel like with Safari, and she then got mad at Wendy Williams, who just stated and pointed out, you and Safari put y'all business in the streets. Y'all let us know that y'all are toxic. You cannot be upset if we comment on what you put out, which made Erica upset. And she then said, and she posted and deleted, that I should, beat your ass because your husband did not do the job right. And so she should do it. I feel as if Erica Mena, in one way or the other, has earned the negativity that she gets, because negativity cannot fix other negative things. You can't be upset at what you're getting and then give it out as if people don't have a reason to be upset with you. And no one could call you or him toxic if y'all did not post y'all fussing and fighting on social media. And I feel as if she looks very far along in her pregnancy. She looks like 7-8 months or whatever, like close to popping. So I feel like the stuff they said on social media recently, within the past couple months, she was already pregnant. So y'all were pregnant with a new baby and still putting this stuff out, claiming I want to get divorced. So Erica, shut up, be quiet, have your baby, be married, but don't be upset that people are commenting on what you are posting publicly. No one can say anything unless you tell us what you got going on. What do y'all think about Erica Mena?
I think that Erica is a attention hungry, insecure, immature young woman. She has been in the game for a long time. She knows that if you get online and make a big deal out of something, everybody's going to pay attention to it. The blogs might pick it up. Wendy Williams might talk about it. People are going to talk about it. Why do you get online and bring attention to things if you don't want people to talk about it? And then stop acting like you don't want us to talk about it. We talking about it. It keeps your fucking ass relevant. It keeps somebody caring about anything you got going on over there. It keeps a check in your pocket. It keeps people coming to your OnlyFans now that you're pregnant and probably can't give them no real content.
I agree.
Yeah, she doing too much for no reason.
I think she's a foolish contradiction. She's getting on my nerves just a little bit. Congratulations, of course, on having the second child. But yeah, you are like your history. A lot of how we know you is from negativity, with you being on Love and Hip Hop, and then you changed once you got with Safari. I feel like he probably upgraded and helped your image in some capacity. But I mean, overall, I just feel like she's a clown for what all she's saying. And I also feel like she's doing this for clout purposes only. She know people gonna bring it up. You know, she know people gonna talk about it. So when Wendy said what she said about, okay, congratulations, but stop, whatever. And Wendy saying she's not saying anything different than what everyone else is saying. You know, keep your business off social media. Now you want to try and fight Wendy. So you didn't even have to respond to that. And then you go on social media to say, well, whatever your thoughts are about me, those are your thoughts. They don't affect me. Well, obviously they do, because you felt the need to respond to Wendy. So for me, I just kind of feel like, are you doing this for clout purposes? And the more you're talked about, the more followers you'll get, the more you're searched in Google or something like that, and it'll bring you a coin or something. So I feel like with Safari and with his wife, I feel like there's some type of hidden agenda that's always going to bring back a coin into their pockets. I feel like, you know, of course, Erica's full of shit.
Yeah, I agree with y'all 110%. I have to be honest with y'all. Anytime I see Erica and Safari on anything, like I saw when Shade Room posted a picture of them, I kept scrolling. Anything with Erica is going to be foolishness. It's going to be for clout, just like Jamie said. And I just really feel like Erica is kind of old news. I feel like the last time I heard them being talked about was whenever they wanted to be on that divorce show or something like that. I've just always felt like Erica was for clout. Even whenever she was on Love and Hip Hop and she was with Sin, I don't even feel like she was a real lesbian. I feel like it was just all for clout. So, yeah, Erica, what she said, a non-factor, like old girl was saying.
She is a non-factor.
That's how I feel.
We hate it. So the second little story I think I have was with Shekinah and Tiny. So Shekinah kind of does a disservice to herself because she'll go on live, say things, but then backtrack after the fact. So she did a lot of that. But however, she went live. I don't know if it was on IG. I don't know where it was because it was a weird live. But she was saying how she is not friends with Tiny. Tiny gave her information, and that's what she said on that live, that Tiny was sitting next to her, telling her what to say, or at least giving her information to say it, and that she felt like she left her out the dry. She brought up how she was not paid properly for doing their hair, how only, I think, 2 Chainz paid her correctly. But she also mentioned how she did not have her license back then. So I do wonder, was that the reason? But she was really just saying how Tiny was not a real friend. Tiny kind of used her and getting other friends on Tiny's side, because now the friends that she kind of had are now friends with Tiny only. And I'm like, well, she paid the bills. Tiny did respond saying how, you know, we not friends no more, but don't listen to her. She making up things. I never gave her any information to speak on. And I also never told her to speak on my behalf with the allegations of whatever. A part of me believes Shekinah, because a part of me feel like Tiny was telling her stuff, but she don't like how the outlash happened after she said it. I do feel like she kind of talked too much, but she does it in defense of Tiny. And I never have heard Tiny, T.I., or anyone from your camp defend her when she do get backlash. So that I do agree with. Even how she brought up how it seems as if they're being, like, blogs are being paid to talk negatively about her. I think that's kind of true, because things she said could have only came from them instead of she really couldn't know. So I do think it's truth to what she's saying, but I really wish if she see how T.I. and Tiny are, just leave them be, live her life. Because right now she's still, like, we know who she is. She doesn't even have to be still with Tiny to be like, to be on shows or whatnot. So I want her to, like, not say shit no more, leave Tiny over there and move past it. Because once she keeps bringing up Tiny, it makes her look a bit bitter, because it seems like she keeps speaking on it. And I just want her to let Tiny be, because we believe you, Shana. We don't need you to keep reiterating it. What y'all think?
You know, like you, I think that there is some truth to what Shekinah is saying. I don't know exactly what she said. I hadn't seen her video, but just based on the whole situation, I can tell you, I believe a little bit of truth to whatever she's saying. I believe that Tiny had told her things. They've been friends for years now. You think Shekinah don't know, you know, confidential information on Tiny? I do believe her with the friend flop. But I'm just like, when are you just gonna stop talking? Because this is like a game that I feel like she cannot win. The power is gonna lay with, or lie, whatever you want to say, with the person who people or who her friend group deems as the most powerful, which is Tiny. They find Tiny to be the most useful. So since she is the most useful, anything that she kind of has to say is going to go in one ear and out the other. But at this point, I feel like it's a lose-lose situation for her, and she should just stop talking.
Yeah, she should really just move on from the friendship. You know, I do believe that there is some truth to what she's saying. Like when she mentioned that she felt used by Tiny. You probably were. Nobody really knew you, and Tiny probably felt like she was positioning you in a certain place so that you could probably do her girl's hair for free or whatever. Like, I'm the one with the name. My girls are the ones with the name, so just do these things for me or whatever. So I'm sure there was some usage, but I feel like it also was probably usage on both ends at some point. They probably, you know, was using each other. I don't really have a whole lot for them. I just want Shekinah to just ease up on talking so much and just let the chips fall where they may. Y'all not friends. It's going to be what it's going to be. Just move on.
And stop asking for people to feel sorry for you when you sat up there and let that girl feed you information and you let her put you out there like that in the first place. You continue to put your own foot in your own mouth over and over again. And then you want to blame the blogs and get mad at the blogs for talking about it. Get your ass off Bigelow, bitch, or whatever that app is. Get your ass off the internet and stop talking about shit if you don't want people to pick it up and talk about it. This is a check. You think we not going to get our check because you mad about it? Bitch, get your ass off Instagram Live. I think it's real simple.
And I hate it came to this place for her to realize, and it sucks in all friendships, when you get to a place where you realize that person really wasn't your friend.
Yeah.
And it's like you have defended Tiny a lot of different times, but I really can't count how many times Tiny has you know, defended you in any capacity. And now the breakup of the friendship has to be so high profile. But I was with Tiny when Tiny said, like, girl, if we not cool, we not cool. Like, everybody in here knows. And that's what I hate about Shekinah. I hate when she makes her situation everybody's situation. So now when you put things on public display for people to discuss, then you get upset because they're discussing it. That's not cool. Because in my opinion, I feel like you discussing Tiny. Tiny probably don't want you discussing her, but you're sitting on a platform discussing her to thousands of people. And then when it's done to you, you don't really like that. So it's like, just go about your business, girl. Let her do her thing. Stop crying.
She's gonna learn.
And Jamie,
gonna learn one way.
Said, Tiny said, "If we not friends, we not friends." That statement lets us all know that Shekinah, however you say her name, has some confidential tea. That's not a battle that she want to go back and forth on because too much information will be spilled.
And because I felt like Tiny kind of confirmed to me when I read the message that she said it was other people that was there that can confirm who's telling a lie or the truth. And I'm like, well, you just confirmed that you two was in the building when Shekinah said that. Now, Shekinah may be emotional about a lot of things. She may be loud, and there may be a few lies or over-exaggerated truths. But it was some truth in what she was saying.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let me. I don't know why people.
Why are we talking about Kenya?
Choose to come to our platforms and talk shit and think I won't see it. Baby girl, get a life.
Okay? How you gonna block me for talking about Ken's daughter? But so how that works? So do they because I have a serious question. I'm so sorry to interrupt you. I'm looking at this. So do they can when you block them, can they still come and respond in your chat?
No, that means she made a whole new page to come talk shit. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is, boo-boo, let me go ahead and block you again and then rag tag your ass because I don't think you realize that this is my channel, bitch. Okay, all day, every day. Okay, this is our panel, but this is my channel. Fuck you. Okay. Every day, all day. Because my thing is, I don't care about Kenya. If you want to suck her dick, then keep sucking it. But don't come here with your bullshit, Angel Johnson. Okay? If you want this heat, come get it, bitch. I tell you, I do not let my niceness fool you. Every once in a while, I have to go the fuck off because y'all choose to try me, bitch. I'm not the one to be tried.
She shows violence.
That's not you know in my head. All I can say is, Jaylee, you're doing a good job. I'm admiring the dedication of your viewers
girl,
to watch the video.
Right?
Mm-hmm. Girl, good job. Let me talk to you, Jaylee.
Baby, that came all the way to the live to let you know how they feeling. Live.
You made a whole new page to tell me why I block you. That's why in the next page I'm gonna block that too. I'm gonna block you every day. I'm gonna block Angel Johnson shirt, bitch. I'm gonna wear it every day too. People get on my fucking nerves. The bullshit of it all.
The shirt, they would frame it and hang it on their bedroom wall.
I like when it's not just me.
You walked in on somebody getting cussed out.
I like when it's not just me.
Because they really be trying it. It's the weird thing of like, I think let me explain things. Y'all, if you got a YouTube, you may not get it. First of all, I'm not a journalist. We are commenters who watch the same shit you watch and give you our opinion of it, bitch. So if you do not agree with my opinion, I'm not biased, bitch. You seem dumb as fuck. That's what it is, because you want me to agree with you. I don't have to. I don't know you, okay? You don't know me. Don't try me. Move on. You cannot expect YouTubers to always agree with you. If you have a different opinion, make your own. You make 2 channels now. You make 2 YouTube profiles, bitch. Is any of them making money?
Bitch. That's a lot. It's a lot of work.
You know, for little old me.
Girl, little old you, girl.
Thank you.
Come on.
Shout out to Jaylee.
You've made it.
Lord Jesus. And I'm like, we weren't even talking about how. I mean, that's next. Maybe is you here? Is the bitch here? I ain't been in the back yet. Is you, girl? I didn't send it a
rundown.
You know, I'm like, who is this people?
Did you block her yet?
I think so.
Oh, I was about to say, all that dedication. At least let her hear you talk shit about Kenya.
Oh, she can hear. She can't say shit. Okay, she's a spectator because it's like I don't get why, because they do it like these stands come in our comment section and talk shit. You're biased. No, bitch. If you like Kenya and I don't agree, I'm not biased. I don't agree with you. Okay. It's different, but don't come here with your bullshit. Okay, leave it be. Okay, they say I let out my inner Eric. I'm a killer. You know what I'm saying? I have my moments of stuff sometimes. People make me mad. You know what I'm saying? They gotta go. But leave YouTubers alone. Okay, we are not on Fox News, on ABC News, on BET News, bitch. We're on YouTube.
Some people. We are.
That's true. I'm like, leave me be. Don't get me cutting your ass out. Anyway, let's move on. But I'm like, Kenya? We ain't even talking about Kenya. I'm like, oh, that's it. I blocked that bitch last week. But again, she's blocked again. But we will move on to what's Real Housewives of what's they called? Atlanta. And they bullshit for part 2 of the reunion. So to me, I was like, I gotta make sure this is right between me.
I'm about to say, bitch, now I gotta redo all my fucking graphics.
Damn that. Jaylee gonna have to go on, send them over.
Don't
make me redo these.
Every time Jaylee set the new standard,
I always adding the extra layer.
I love it.
Yeah, because I was like, how can we all be seen?
To the other stuff. Yeah.
Right, we just figured out how to center the pictures in the middle of the live, and now not only do
you come with this shit, background taken off perfectly.
Look, she said we will not be mediocre. We're gonna do this, and we're gonna have a little bit of that.
We gonna make sure that we all look good. Okay, you can see us all. We got the little graphics and stuff and whatnot. And we just gonna be good all the time. But I was like, I want to make sure that we are all seen. For all these people, it's people on stage, but I was like, it's gonna be cute. But I felt like part 2 of the reunion was really focused on Kenya. Mm-hmm. I think Kenya was having to, talk or defend herself with Portia, but not with Candy. Now I'm gonna figure that out. But with LaToya bringing up how her only issue with Drew was Drew's shitty wig, is that a real reason to not like someone? Or can we figure out why she kept doing that other than the wig?
I think Drew was just being a mean girl initially in the beginning, but I think her dislike for Drew over time came from what we all see. Drew finds out information from people because they trust her with their information, and then she feels the need to go out and tell that to everybody. So I think Toya started to probably notice that about her and just be like, I don't like her, like especially at the table when she started bringing up her alcohol.
After you pretend to be all cool and shit like a shoulder to cry on, manipulative ass bitch.
See, what you're saying is super fair, Jamie. But I also feel like LaToya has deemed herself to be the annoying ass, mean high school type girl that we've seen. So I honestly think we don't know how the series of events played out, but I'm sure that Drew had not shown all her cards before LaToya showed us that she was a mean girl, talking about the wig.
That is true.
I do think she reacted. It was because it was weird. It was like the first scene when they met was the whole wig thing. So I'm like, so that for you, like, why did you start there? Like, I get in the season she was bad, Drew was bad, but I'm like, you was mad from like day one. That's weird for me. But I think LaToya just wanted attention.
For sure.
I think Drew wanted the same. And
but I think I think Drew waited to want attention until later on, where I felt like LaToya came in like this being like, let me be on 10 at all times to get attention. Whereas Drew tried to be innocent and friendly, and little by little became more and more shady. But it took us longer to see it.
Drew was on some "I'ma wait for the bitch to hit me first" type shit. She was basically like, "I'ma wait for them to come at me first, and once they come at me, I'ma just keep going at them no matter what." Like, to me, that's what it felt like. Because once LaToya came at her about the wig, all bets were off. They wasn't gonna ever be cool again after that. Once Kenya came after her, all bets were off. She wasn't gonna never be cool with Kenya again. Like, even though I feel like with Kenya, she tried to force the interactions to pretend like I'm trying to get to the bottom of what the issue is, but really it was more of an opportunity to get fans to feel like she was a victim in the situation with Kenya. And it didn't work out that way because it was just kind of like baseless. Like, a lot of us, even though we understood, because it's easy to have issue with Kenya because Kenya's fucking aggravating and inconsiderate, but it was still like, bitch, what is the problem? Like, why are we meeting up and all this type of shit? Like, come on now.
I think Toya picked Drew out because, like I said the other day, I feel like Drew was new, just like her. Everybody else was a veteran, and she didn't really want to go against nobody else.
Absolutely.
But when Drew really, really started going hard, I really think it was when she learned from Portia that she had been talking about her wig or whatever, and I think she felt the need to really show up and like, okay, great, I have an issue now. I have an issue. I can come at somebody. I can solidify my spot. So she made sure that she continued to be on that attack. And when she learned that Kenya was involved, it was like the icing on the cake for her, because now I can go at an old head who's typically the enemy for everybody. She's always been the villain on the show. If it's not her, it's Nene. So she's like, I can go at her and I can go at this new girl. So I think Drew found her position. She found her placement, and she wrote the hell out of it.
I agree. And even whenever she was in that the break room talking to Portia, trying to talk about Kenya, Portia seems so uninterested because Portia knows that Drew is trying to get in where she fit in. I saw a comment from Keisha Charmaine. She said their beef is fake, in my opinion. They hung out too many times off camera. And I have to say that I agree with you, because
shout out to Keisha Charmaine.
For sure.
Yes, I agree with you, because why wait until the reunion to say how many times y'all hung out? And then the thing that I was thinking in my review, I said I feel like both LaToya and Drew are one and the same. Okay, they presented themselves one way. That's why I was siding with Drew, but they're one and the same. I feel the same way about them equally. I feel like both of them were trying to get in where they fit in. They chose what side of the sand they was gonna be on, and by the time they chose what side they wanted to be on, they found out that they wanted to be cool. So they kept the fake beef going, and that's what I don't like about the show. It's too many alliances, and it doesn't leave room for people to gravitate to who they want to. They try to gravitate to who they think is the most powerful. LaToya went to Kenya, Drew went to Portia.
Do you think they figured out they liked each other before or after they made out?
Before.
Before.
That's why they made out. But even speaking of that, when Kenya brought up how she was mad at Toya because she didn't defend me in North Carolina, and not that she made out with Portia. I feel like Kenya wants people on her side, but Toya wanted to have fun with whoever. Portia, Drew, Candy, she wanted to have fun. I think the reason Toya stayed being upset with Drew was to stay connected to Kenya. So I feel it's like, so I like when Kenya lied and said, well, no, my issue was, she didn't defend me. It's like, no, you said at the Halloween party that you was mad because you made out with Portia and got too much peach juice. I feel like Toya tried to stay in that lane to protect herself on Kenya's side of things.
I can see that because she hasn't made that connection of a friendship with Portia yet. So she gotta, who's the next quote unquote bigger person is going to be Kenya, because she came in as Candy's friend for real, but she ended up leaning towards Kenya. So I feel like, yeah, she don't want to piss off. She and Candy are good. She don't want to piss off Kenya, and she not cool with Portia, so she don't want to be the odd person out. So I feel like that makes sense.
But if she was smart, I think she would have went and been friends with Portia, because she could have been friends with Portia and still been on a good alliance. But it's also bad because that's because I've
you could have, but I think LaToya's outspoken personality easily put her on team Kenya. Like that was the easiest position for her to assume.
Because she can say whatever, and it's like, okay, she's from Kenya. Girl.
Honestly, I think she was stupid because her original friendship with Candy was where she should have stayed. If she had stayed with, her friendship to Candy, she would have been able to flow between the ladies without a problem. She would have probably been able to be cool with both of them without having to choose a side. But because she came in, decided to align herself with Kenya, she kind of got stuck. By the time she tried to make it cool with the nieces, which more so she aligns with than anything, it was kind of too late because Portia was like, girl, I'm bored. Okay.
I also feel like if she would have aligned herself with Candy, her chances for coming on the second season would have been minimal, because Candy has earned her stripes, so she don't really have to do as much on the front end. She do a lot of back end work, as we know. But I don't feel like LaToya could have. I don't feel like she would have made the biggest commotion if she would have rolled with Candy the whole time. I think her plan was to come in and shake shit up.
I think had she been friends with Candy, and she would have kind of rode the fence on being friends with Portia, that would have X'd out Kenya. But it also would have made the nieces have a stronger alliance, because you would have had Portia, Drew, Shamia, Toya, and Candy. Because Candy would still be neutral enough with Drew and Toya. But I think with Toya picking Kenya's side, it kind of made it seem as if it was really Kenya and Kenya LaToya against Portia and Drew. You could have picked Portia's side, because I think Bravo was leaning towards keeping Portia around longer than Cynthia, Kenya, or Candy. Because if you think about it, Candy had the least going on this season. She said the least in the reunion. So I feel as if she's still that golden girl as far as producing things and shows. But I'm like, she don't really have that many more seasons on this show, because what does she have? And even with all the little scuttlebutt about possibly Fader coming back, she will leave. So I'm like, it makes no sense, because if Candy leaves, Kenya don't have nobody except LaToya, because Cynthia don't have no power. So to me, I'm like, I would have stayed on Portia's side. But for bad host Kenya, they bring up how Kenya had a private plane without them, how she did not want to offer them food. She did not want to even offer them the option to bring their kid or whatever. She also told Kenya, you got a whole dick delivery here, but could not get your own child here. I was like, that was sad. The fact that Candy did not rebut to that, I have never seen. Candy is a beast about her man, her kids, and her money. The way Kenya said it was even like, bitch, what?
I mean, she did. I think she tried, but they edited it out. She said that. She said it's not fair. I really think she was talking to Andy though. She said it's not fair that you're not allowing me to say it how it really is. And that's when Andy ended up asking a different question. So they chopped her off. I think she wanted to say something, but I think she got cut off for some reason.
And let me just say this. Kenya said, you could arrange for a dick in a box, but you couldn't arrange for childcare. No, bitch. I did arrange for childcare. That's why my child wasn't on this girls trip, and my child was comfortably at home being what? Cared for. By who? The daddy. That's what Candy should have took the shit, if you ask me. But she didn't, because for two, I feel like not just she said something, but whatever she said probably was keeping it way more cute than it needed to be kept. Because the truth of the matter is the girls really should have been mad because nobody wanted your fucking baby to be on this trip, bitch. Period. Point blank. If we was all going on a girls trip, I don't want to see nobody fucking baby on no girls trip. I don't care what you talking about. And nobody actually said that shit. They all wanted to be like, well, I wanted to bring my baby, or she just didn't want to film the whole time. When the truth of the matter is, bitch, your baby shouldn't have been here, because this ain't a place all the time for your baby to be here. You knew that this season was coming up. You knew you was gonna have cash trips to go on. The fact that you did not have child care arranged more so is your problem than Candy's. Candy was doing her motherfucking job. Okay,
how they brought up that production told them That's the weird thing. They've always brought up how production told them to not bring their kids. And it's like, I don't like how people want to make excuses for Kenya because she does not have a village. I feel as if Kenya has enough money to hire a village. When you don't have your own village, but you a rich bitch or whatever, and you this, do that, you would at least get someone to help you be the mogul you want to be. Because my thing is, even as a mogul, sometimes your kid cannot be in the boardroom. Like at some point, your child needs to be at home, being a kid. You don't want to keep dragging. I don't like how she uses that as an excuse to be like, y'all have husbands and aunts and parents or whatever. I don't have that. But then won't call people
broke. But then won't call broke shit. Oh, broke bitches. Checks. Right. Well, guess what? Rich bitches got child care arrangements ahead of time. How about
I agree with Candy. I like that. When Candy said, I feel like she brought Brooklyn to use her as an excuse to not want to continue to film. I agree with that. And lazy to me, I feel like in defense to Kenya, it's like, yeah, I brought my child, but production told me I can. So if you want to be mad, you should be mad at them because they also could have told her, no, Kenya. You can't bring your child on this trip. No, you know what I'm saying? They the ones.
But do you think she used that same thing as? But you think you think if they told her that her thing was, I don't have a village, can they then keep saying no? I think that's what they meant by not portion. That Kenya uses that excuse because she then said they can say, well, Kenya, we don't want it. She can then say, well, I don't have this and I don't have that, so they can't.
Let me tell y'all why I still blame production. And y'all let me know your thoughts on this. The reason why I still put it on them is because when you think about a corporate job and you want to bring your child, they're going to say, I'm sorry, this is a company-only trip. You're going to have to get arrangements, da-da-da-da. She's going to have to figure it out on her end. You know what I'm saying? But if they say, hey, yeah, you can bring your child, then my coworkers can't be mad at me because I went and asked them, can I bring my child? And they said, yeah. Now, if I would have gave them the guilt trip and they said, nah, you can't bring them, then that's why I got to figure it out. I don't think she asked production. They said it was an unspoken rule. She must have did something because that baby show was there.
And even when she did ask, I think production saw the benefit and started shit. They saw how it went down on
film. I like that.
So they kind of just like, whatever. Like she let her bring it.
Agreed.
Bring the child.
Yeah, because they knew they had nothing else going on anyway. We don't know what's going
on. They're like, let her bring the child.
Love it. Yep.
Let them fight.
Exactly.
So they then bring Marlo and Shamia out. I know y'all don't like Shamia's outfit. I liked it only because. I didn't know that, Jerry. Only because I seen the picture she had on social media. I did tonight. I don't like the outfit she had. I don't like the picture that Bravo posted, but I like the one that she had on her page that looked put together. I think Bravo fucked up Drew's look, Candy's look, and Shamia's look. I think them three, when they posted it on their social media,
bad, they couldn't have been fucked up.
Well, that's true.
Simply put. Right.
Sorry.
Because that's true. But they came out, with, the Marlo whole thing was bolo, bolo, bolo. Bolo, 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 bolo. If 2 + 2 would equal bolo to Marlo. Because that's all she kept talking about. I feel like she came out and she knew my agenda is to not let the subject be about anything else except Bolo, what he did, and this and that. So I feel as if when she came out and she brought up how I think it's bullshit, y'all want how much Portia and Kenny get along, how much they are better now, whatever. But I feel as if they became closer friends once we came back from the North Carolina trip, as if Portia and Kenny had some kind of, unspoken secret together. Now, we know for a fact that Kenny heard the fucking. Okay, we know for a fact that Marlo heard the fucking. No one ever said they didn't hear something. I think Marlo thing is she just needs Portia to say, yes, I fuck Marlo. I feel like Portia don't owe Marlo shit, and Marlo coming in on this admit that tip aggravated me because I feel like if you true friends, and if I know my friend fuck somebody and I ask them on the trip and they say no, I'm gonna leave it alone because it's a reason they're saying no to me. I wouldn't push the issue. I wouldn't ask if I heard the fucking. I don't have to ask you. I feel like Marlo doesn't want to own the reason they're no longer friends because she kept pushing the issue. Not that she asked the question, not that she befriended Kenya. It was that you befriended Kenya and then consistently brought it up at every chance you could, and then kept making it a more of an issue and supporting Kenya more than me.
And then on top of that, now that I think back on it, when Marlo explains it on the Speak On It, she said, I hit Portia up right after to ask her, hey girl, let's talk. What happened? And I think that Portia must have perceived that text message as, oh, this bitch is trying to fish for information now that she cool with Kenya. So you trying to come and ask me what I did so that you can go run back and tell Kenya. That's probably why she didn't stop responding to her. Because now you thirsty for information. Why all of a sudden are you thirsty for this information? But the truth of the matter is, I think Marlo really does in her mind think that if we were so close, you would have just openly shared that information with me and talked about it with me and trusted that I wouldn't have said anything. But Marlo, you can't be trusted because we've seen so many times in the past where you didn't spray somebody's fucking information when Mad Day came. So I wouldn't have trusted you with my business either. So Portia is not stupid, and she's not exactly wrong for being weary of Marlo, because Marlo then sprays Candy and says Candy's the one that told all your business to everybody. So it's like
her ass and she
knew her nothing, and she sprayed the shit out of Candy. So you know you can't trust her with your shit. Just saying.
I agree with Bonnie, because that's exactly what I was going to end up saying. Portia felt no way about Marlo, because at this point, it's not so much as you being friends with Kenya, it's so much as you trying to push Kenya's agenda. And that right there is what made her be like, I'm good on you. Because I think with Portia, because I've heard Shamia say how she's been around Kenya, and low key, Shamia actually likes Kenya, but Portia doesn't make her feel awkward about that friendship. So I had to sit back and think about it. Like, I don't really think it's the issue with Kenya no more. I think it was the agenda that she was trying to push that originally came from Kenya's mouth.
Because they're all cool with Kenya. Candy's cool with Kenya. Shamia's cool with Kenya. Like, a lot of the people on the show that Portia is cool with have had relationships with Kenya. So if that was the case, why would she continue to be cool with any of those people? Candy and Shamia. And she said Shamia her best friend. So I just kind of feel like, you know, it's not really about that. It had to be about how Marlo made her feel about it.
I agree with y'all. Y'all rounded up everything I was going to say. The only thing I wanted to add is I appreciated Marlo because her mission was to come out there and talk about what happened in the dungeon. And I felt cheated because I was tired of the entire damn season being about the dungeon. We get out there, Andy Cohen calls the shit revolutionary. Him and Portia were laughing about it, and they call it a damn day. And I'm like, you think we done spent 16 episodes grazing over the dungeon to get to reunion to not find out exactly what happened? Like, you would have at least, made me feel a little bit better if y'all talked a little bit about exactly what happened. But it was still lackluster. So I appreciate Marlo to sticking to the script. So I'm interested to see what part 3 is even going to be about if they're not going to dig into the dungeon.
Do y'all think Kenya brought her daughter on the Housewives special show, the All-Star Housewives show?
No,
I hope she didn't. That's the weird part. I feel like
with that little girl. Remember when her? Let me not. But yeah, I think she probably did. I was on a tangent about her supposed to be celebrating her anniversary, and then Mark didn't come, but she still took that baby overseas. So I was gonna say I think she probably still took her child over there.
I need her to get a babysitter. You on mute, Bonnie?
I was just saying, hot ass mess. It's a hot ass mess. It is.
Anything else, Maria, I want to talk about? That was really the highlights for me. So on to Married to Medicine. I have 2 photos from that show, maybe like 3. I feel like it was about 2 things. Okay, we seen the little dinner. Okay, with the ladies sitting around chit-chatting. I am so happy Juan Dixon is not here as Robin, and then punk ass Giselle. I feel like,
her hair probably was all over her bathroom when she took them braids out.
It looked like it hurt.
They had to put her scalp out.
I know she ain't sit as long as Niecy did. That's what I can tell you,
honey, at all. But we see before they get there how Toya talking to Anita like she's a child, like telling her to shut up, acting as if she can't even ask. What did she say? I feel like Toya is losing her mind. and she tries to control Anila Nala, and I don't know why, but I also don't know why she allows it to happen, because as negatively and as rudely as Toya talked to her, she snapped at Heavenly for the Muppet comment, and I'm like, well, you don't have the same energy for Toya. And even though I feel as if she should have called her a puppet, not a Muppet, because again, puppet, hand up ass. It was funny to me. I do think she follows behind Toya a lot, but I think it's because Toya is her only connection to the show right now. I want her to bond with the ladies or whatever to get from under Toya's bullshit. Now, when Giselle and Robin got there, and Contessa, when she drunk, she brings up how Scott is acting differently now, how he, is not as nice anymore. He's not as romantic anymore, how she feels as if sometimes men cheat and women then blame themselves. Women blame themselves. Women blame themselves for the cheating, and she feels as if she has no idea if he's cheating. I don't know why she brought up cheating if you don't even think he's cheating, and then to just kind of like, well, I don't know. It's like, do y'all think she's full of shit or no?
I don't know. I saw his shirt, and Lil Scrappy and Lyric both have that shirt, and I'm just like, Scott 50 years old with this same shirt.
What shirt was it?
It's that black polo, short sleeve polo, but it's like a white lining on the collar, but it's black.
I know.
And the way, okay, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Lyric, I bought Lyric that shirt. Mm-hmm. And I saw Scrappy on that one of them VH1 shows in that exact same shirt in the fucking confessional. So when I saw old ass Scott with that shirt on, I was like, he might be fucking somebody young. Because last time we saw him, he was wearing button downs and shit and looking kind of square. Now you looking kind of good. Like when she said that, I said, let me pay attention to him. And the way he jumped out the car when they went to play golf, I was just like,
like Scott was going on.
I was like, Contessa could be using this cheating story to her benefit, because low-key, I don't feel like she even cares. I think part of her kind of,
y'all know what I think.
I know
about it.
I know what you think. I can't watch the episode without thinking about that.
Right.
But part of me feels like she's waiting on something to come up just so she could be like, see, it was him. See, it was him, not me.
Looking for a reason.
I don't know. I take the stuff that Contessa says with a grain of salt.
Me too.
I agree with that. I feel like she always brings up what he's doing wrong, and it's really rare that she says what's going on with her. Just like when she sat out with Jackie, it was the blame game, and then Jackie started asking her about herself, like, "What about you? Are you doing
right?"
I have to do. So I can't stand that about her. So I wouldn't be surprised if Contessa is cheating, and she's over here trying to throw everybody's attention over here on Scott. So I don't know. And for me, like, I don't put nothing past them. So it could still be a possibility. But the stuff that they argue about on the show, I just see him, in my opinion, just give her so much. He even about to cry to Cecil about not wanting her to resent him. So he wants her to go off to school and get the degree that she wants. And he even agreed to open up this office. So it's always what Contessa wants. And she don't even think about her family either sometimes, I feel. But you put everything off on Scott. So I'm side-eyeing Contessa right now.
She's definitely deflects in a way that annoys me at this point. Because I like Contessa for the most part, because I think she's direct. Excuse me, and I appreciate, the black girl magic of it all, for lack of a better term, the intelligence, the fortitude, all of that shit. But ultimately, you threw me when you decided to leave your young children for a career that, are you even working in that career?
I don't think she is yet either.
Oh, okay. So
I'm hoping that's what I'm hoping that's what the office is for.
I hope so, because I feel like even with that, there were opportunities for you to go to school near your children. And I understand that as women, we want to be able to be full people and do whatever we need to do to make ourselves full and happy. But at the same time, when you have children, it is about those children. And I remember being a child, my mom owned her own business my entire life. And I'm telling y'all, I don't know how I would have dealt with her being gone for that amount of time at a young age. Okay. I was very dependent on her. And like, my dad was very strict. So my mom kind of softened things up. So if I had been in a house with just him, I don't know how I would have dealt with it. As much as I love my dad, she provided such a balance that I don't know what life would have been like without her. So for me, when I looked at that made me feel like you really out here putting your shit in jeopardy because you're searching for something that you can't seem to find. And all of these degrees and shit ain't doing it. So it's something else. And it does seem that way with Scott. Like you always trying to figure out a way to blame him, but it's really something else.
And it's weird because I feel as if she likes blaming Scott for not supporting her from the beginning of her saying, I want to do something different. Even though at the end of the day, he supports it, even if he doesn't agree with it. Like he'll not. I don't want to say that he lets her do it, but he you know she does it anyway, and then he makes do. But she gets upset that he has to still feel how he feels, and she blames him for it, and it makes it seem as if he's the bad. I'm like, no, you left your family for like 2 years with small children after you had already quit your job, went back to work. And you had done so much, and because they've been on what, like 3 or 4 seasons. So each season you've changed what you wanted to do, and that's not normal. And
I think she's trying to justify her guilt through him.
That makes sense.
Her guilt for leaving. I feel like she's trying to justify it and say, okay, I shouldn't feel guilty because he's doing X, Y, Z.
And another thing, I feel like sometimes she just don't know how to move forward either. It's like she don't want to. Like when the dad was at the house and they were playing basketball or something, she brings up the situation of how he's so happy about the degree he didn't even want me to get. Does it matter now?
You got it now.
Degree. What is the what are we? She don't want to move on. And once again, the thought of maybe she could possibly be cheating makes so much sense because she wants to make sure that her issues are with him so she can try and validate anything
I
else
did
after.
this because you did that, and it makes him seem as if you caused it. She on bullshit as usual, but again, we shall see. Now with Toya and Anila riding around that car, and Toya ain't got no job, Eugene's wife and money pit ass, telling Anila how she needs to be smarter with money and make sure that her husband knows that she can save money. Now, while I get her saying, you should pay the makeup people because I refer them. I get that because that's on your name. Yeah, I get that. But the whole thing about, cancel your nanny. I'm like, bitch, cancel your tennis lessons because y'all you don't need them. Like you spend too much money. So I felt like it was like, as my note said, pot me, kettle, skillet me, frying pan, cut meat, mug, microwave meat, air fryer. Because you all do the same job. It's like you the same thing. It's like, how can you even make it seem as if you are better than her? Now, if Jackie had said it to Anila, I would have got it. Even Heavenly, fine, but not Toya. I'm like, how dare you?
I feel you because I was thinking the same thing. Like, so Toya, what qualifies you to give somebody advice about that? But I will say, wrong messenger. But she was telling her right though. She do need to get rid of that nanny. But you got a nanny to do what? Take pictures. And then come to find out, blogging ain't even paying you. It's giving you products. You ain't going out reselling them products and trying to make a coin or doing anything like that. And then I said her husband was frustrated with her when they did the walkthrough. And when they did a flashback of her telling Toya how frustrated her husband gets because he's spread thin financially, trying to give her what it is that she wants. He don't even want this stuff. He's just trying to give it to her because she wants it. She's acting like Toya trying to keep up with the Joneses. So yeah, BIT, go and pay your makeup person. And then you want to talk about, we trying to build a house. Okay, but what's $100 and some? You should be I'm sure that's what they're charging you.
Yeah, I'm
more than 200. Go and get the money and I'm confused. So Toya wasn't telling her wrong in my opinion. It just probably was the wrong messenger.
Wrong messenger.
Y'all, did Anila almost tell Toya, almost all the clothes I wear are free? Like, she stopped. She said, almost all the clothes I wear. And I was like, what?
Mm-hmm. You're not getting paid.
You're not.
Products.
I have to agree. You know how people be saying all the time on Twitter, I love Twitter, y'all. They be like, ooh, this didn't age well. Ooh, this didn't age well. That's what I was thinking the whole time Toya was talking. I'm like, ooh, you right.
Not gonna age
this probably ain't gonna age well.
But I feel like Anila is not even a blogger. I think you can't have people give you clothes that you then promote, but they're not paying you. It's a difference between you may get some free products that they have you promote, but you still have some paid stuff too. You're not a blogger. You take pictures and post them, but they're not paying you shit.
You know what I realized? I realized this, and it's from like Tisha, from Love and Marriage Huntsville, and some other people, that just because somebody has like had children out of their vagina, they feel like they can like be an expert on being a mom. So like I see so many people online, people who like call themselves like gurus and shit. And really the only criteria you meet is the fact that you might know how to put on your makeup, take a good Instagram photo, and you have kids. Like that doesn't mean that you know what the fuck you're doing. Like, and as far as blogging is concerned, if you have not turned this into an ad situation for yourself before you got to Married to Medicine, what are you doing? Clothes, bitch, free clothes. Do you know how much, like, y'all, when I tell y'all I don't do any real ads with people anymore if they're not paying me, I only do that with certain people where I'll barter with them. Certain people, but I do not barter with big companies. No, motherfucker, pay me, because this shit take time. This shit take time to do ads. It takes time in my video that people would have wanted to watch, you know, me actually talk about the content. But no, I gotta put an ad at the beginning of the video. Not a lot of the shit that I do, I love doing and I make money off of it. So I won't get that straight out the gate. That's why I do ads at the beginning of my videos and all of that. But ultimately, when you do like special project ads and shit, that shit take up so much fucking time and so much effort. And you want to get paid for your time and your effort, and getting paid in product is not getting paid. It's just not. It's not.
She not a blogger. I think she don't know that though. I think because nobody else in her circle knows what she does. She makes. That's why to me it makes. Let's say you make money from it, and now it's like you don't. You make money from it. So the whole thing about it's a job. It's like it's not a job.
Somebody said, "Wait, where else do the baby come out of?" First of all, I wasn't saying it like it comes out of somewhere else, but people have C-sections. And when you have a C-section, the baby comes out of your stomach. It don't come out of your vagina. So
that was funny.
There you go.
Like, where they going?
Like, bitch, I had natural birth. I'm special. Come listen to me talk about it. That's how bitches be. Like, you special, but that don't mean that hilarious. You can make a successful podcast because you tend to wash dishes and make sure your kids have done their homework and did laundry and shit before bed.
Yeah, because in episode 1, her first episode, she brought up how I'm a blogger because I'm a mom. I'm a mom. I'm Indian, and then I have good fashion. I'm looking like, bitch. That's like saying like I got 6 legs, I got 2 babies and 4 heads. Like that's different. I want to see the 4-headed. Sit that hoe, but you was a regular woman who have children and clothes. I'm like, bitch, that's all of America. So it's like I don't.
You know what? That's more than what Toya doing, because
you know what? That's true.
And Toya has not made her motherhood or her housewifeness into a brand, which she could have. So I
definitely. Her thick ass could have came out with a line of stretchy ass tights by now.
She could have had a sunglass line. She could have had a hairline because she has nice
glasses.
styles.
Let her have it.
That's true. Even some jeans, her ass is thick. She could have some jeans that came out. That's what I'm saying.
She's so thick and everything. I feel like anything that's like jeans for thick girls could have been a thing for her. She definitely could have had her line in Lane Bryant or a Torrid or one of the big girl stores and something like that.
I think she wants to make it seem as if she don't need to work. I think Toya's brand is I don't need to work because my husband is a doctor and we rich. But we now
trying to get a job at one point on the show.
No.
No, I don't know why I thought she.
I think the most I remember her doing.
When they had the IRS issues. Did she try to do something?
I'm trying to find.
I think it was just like parties throwing her house. That was really it. And she didn't want to do shit ever in life. That's on her.
I know y'all would. I know y'all would buy it with a dumb ass. Anyway, I'm trying to find vendors. Because if y'all think all I'm gonna do is YouTube, y'all got me fucked up.
I want my money. We then seen the dinner scene at Jackie's house. I want my money. Jackie's house looks amazing, and I felt like how was Jackie's house furnished before Toya's house was. I mean, Jackie had to rehab her house during her. Jackie spent $400 and was like $425,000,
almost $5,000
on a renovation of her house, and her house.
And only part of it. Only part of it.
And a quarter of it was closets. I was sick.
It was just because it was a closet, the kitchen, and maybe a couple rooms
and a seating area. I didn't even see a bathroom or a master bedroom. Like,
well, they said no. I think the bedroom was made bigger, and that was maybe it.
Okay.
It was like the bedroom part, the kitchen, and then that little front room and the closet.
Well,
I mean, her house was
that
amazing.
much when I renovate, that's too much. Ooh.
She spent money. But when we seen the ladies come over, we seen the whole thing happen between Quad and Heavenly.
I need to do better, bitch.
Jackie was goals.
She is.
Quad posted a whole picture, and then we seen Heavenly posted this little. Ooh, to me, this. What do y'all think this emoji mean? Does this mean ooh, girl?
Yeah,
that's shocking.
I think that's ooh, girl.
Negative from it when I see that.
Yeah, I didn't feel like it was like,
that's like, ooh, girl. To me, that's what it was.
Okay. Yeah, coy. Like, oh my God. Yeah, you know.
So we know Quad posted her ass. Heavenly posted this. And then, Quad then responded and said, damn, sis, don't be a hater all of your life. Sorry you spent all your coins at the doctor and still didn't get the body God gave me. Now run until that lipo, lap band, bariatric surgery with laughing emojis. So, Quad chose violence. To me, that is like, okay, you was waiting to go off. That's not even a response you give a friend who you think says, if Bondi comment think on my thing, I'm saying, Bondi, did you really do that? I'm not gonna say you. What can I say about Bondi?
You're not gonna be like, I don't raggedy ass bitch.
Like, you don't have a rude comment back to a friend because you don't think that way.
No, it ain't that deep.
And she had hashtags and all of that, so they beefed out right now. So again, both ladies at the party,
sensitive as fuck though, or emotional.
She always has been. I think Quad not been on the show. She don't have much going on. Like that's no hate. I feel like she not Quad of the show anymore. So I feel like she has time to kind of be mean spirited or whatever. But seeing them sit here and go back and forth. And when Heavy said, fuck you, bitch. I said, oh, not the fuck you, bitch. It was such
it went
quick.
Far.
It went real far, real quick. And I was like, damn. And it was like, what's going on? But I do feel like.
How I stay ready. I was like, damn, they sound like they about to square up.
I thought they was.
I thought they was.
Oh, fuck you, bitch. I was like, oh, wait a minute. And then
I was like,
I'm sorry, I love you.
I'm like, how y'all? I can't fuss that hard with somebody and then hug them that quick. I need a day.
And the barbiturates is going on here.
Yeah, they're bullshit. So they're not friends again. Do you think they will stay friends, or Quad made up because Quad wants to be on the show?
I think that's the basis of their friendship. Heavenly said that she brought Quad on her live. Heavenly said that she brought Quad's name up and hoped that they would bring her on the show, and look, they did. And then she also said on Watch What Happens Live that she doesn't regret what she said because Heavenly had been talking mess about her on her own YouTube channel. So she said she's not sorry or she don't take back. She don't regret anything that she did. So I'm like, okay, that's how y'all friendship are. Y'all talk about each other or whatever. And then 1 minute y'all cool. That's the basis of their friendship. So
it's like back and forth. I'm trying to delete screenshots. Not screenshots, but the things. Next show up, because that only thing which I want to discuss on this show, I think that was it.
That was it. And just another highlight from Heavenly's YouTube live.
Y'all didn't watch it.
I don't think she's talking to Toya no more because they referenced Toya being mean to Anila. So I don't even think they're friends. So we may see how that's going.
I wouldn't have been friends with Anita talking to me like I'm no motherfucking child. I don't know what's wrong with you, bitch. You ain't talking to me. Like she did too much.
Right.
The last thing I wanted to say about Quad was that Heavenly's YouTube stuff didn't come out until after. So it's like I can't see you standing by that unless your apology was never genuine. That's how you felt, and that's why I would stop effing with you in general. Because she didn't know what Heavenly was saying until recently. She's seeing the YouTube videos just like we are.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Blame on the Android. So it's like you must have lied whenever you had the misunderstanding, then apologize. Then once you seen the YouTube videos, it was like, oh, never mind. I don't. I just
grow up.
It was some bullshit. Next show we have is Couples Retreats. I like Couples Retreat. I think it's a cute little show. I I hope they bring it back for more seasons with AJ as the little doctor person or whatever, and different couples from the franchise. I think that'd be really, really good. But with the couples we have here, okay, we know we got Rashida and Kirk, Ray J and Princess, Raymond and Delicious, Mendices and Yandy, and then of course Michael and Rada. It starts off with Yandy and Mendices having a conversation, and I do feel like I may be the only one that feels differently. Not differently. Y'all know I'm on the whole thing about two things being right at the same time and, you know, not be wrong. So I feel like when they were talking, and I feel like they both experienced his prison time differently. And it's like two people can be going through the same thing, but in different ways. And I do feel like neither one of them wants to admit the other one also had a hard time. I feel like, you know, Mendices had a hard time in prison, and he shouldn't be wrong for feeling as if she did not do enough for him. However, he should get that she on the outside was having a hard time too. And even though he did not know how hard time was, that does not mean she wasn't going through things too. I think they both ignore what the other one went through. Because again, y'all just went through it two different ways. I don't think him feeling as if you should have emailed me daily was wrong. I don't feel like her not telling him how hard a time she was having was wrong. I think it's hard for him to react to how you dealt with it, because he didn't know until that day when you said, you know, I was depressed, I couldn't breastfeed, I was crying daily. If all he saw in the moment of it all was partying Yandy, that's what caused his resentment. But I wish they would have talked about it more, because they could have both got to a better place than now they fussing and fighting. And they both, like, y'all both went through shit. Like, y'all both had to deal with him in prison. But I think they want to blame each other. And I don't, stop blaming each other. That's just my opinion. What y'all think?
Okay, so I would agree with you if it wasn't for the fact the nigga went to jail. It wasn't like he went to the army.
She dated. If you date a man who you know sell drugs, he make a look. I've dated a drug dealer. Okay?
That's fine.
So you can't date a drug dealer and then be upset. Not upset. I won't say upset, but then feel as if him wanting you to be there is weird because you dated someone who you know might go to prison, like an NFL player. Well, he can go to prison too.
I'm sorry.
Anyone can go to prison.
I'm sorry. There's a difference between sending you a fucking email every single day and being there for you. You can't tell me that Yandy wasn't showing up for visits, wasn't answering phone calls, calling, setting up money for commissary, making sure the lawyer was paid and everything that needed to be handled so his ass would get out of jail. Then she went out there and got sprayed in the eye, you know, and all of that, and was, you know, trying to social justice for prisoners because his ass was in jail. She took on so much of his part. So to say that she wasn't thinking about him, I just don't agree with that. And I feel like when you really look at it, you want her to be culpable or responsible for the way you felt. But the truth of the matter is you made the decision that got you where you were. And whether she chose to be with you or not, it's not her plight to carry your weight in this situation. Like, she did everything she was supposed to do. And he asking for more. And I just kind of feel like he's being mean about the way she's talking about what she went through when she said I wasn't producing milk for the baby and having to show up to parent-teacher conferences lying about where you were. And you want to sit up here and talk about some motherfucking emails as if I didn't talk to you earlier that day?
I agree with that because for me, the issue is Mendices told her, you know, you don't have to do this, right? He kept saying that, you know, you don't have to do this, right? And the moment she operated with the statement or the affirmation he put out there, it becomes a problem. And that's the issue that I have for him, have with him. It's like he's being contradictory. You telling her, oh, you didn't email me enough, you didn't do this or that, but you also told me I ain't have to do all that. So the moment that I don't do all that, then it's the issue. In addition to that, I can't remember my next statement. Somebody else can go. It'll come to me.
What do you think, Niecy?
Okay, so I feel like Jaylee and Bondi are saying the same thing. I don't think that Jaylee agrees with Mendices' logic, but she can understand where he's coming from. And for that reason, I agree with that. I understand where Mendices is coming from. And I think Jamie brought up a good point whenever you said that Mendices feels like, well, I gave you the option to leave. All in all, I just feel like it's an unfortunate situation, and I'm shocked that they haven't talked through it sooner because I too am torn. I feel like both of them have a reason to feel the way they do. He talked about how tough it was. He said life kept going on for y'all. So I'm sure he felt some type of way. But I mean, I really don't feel like I could choose a side or say who's right or wrong.
I feel like, I mean, yeah, maybe both of them are maybe both of them are wrong in this situation.
I think they both are right, though. I think they both have the right to feel how they experience it. I think we can't tell.
What he does is, it's like he can tell Yandy what she's doing wrong, but when she tells him, it's like he has an issue and he doesn't want to talk about it.
Yeah, that's that bullshit. Yeah, that's that bullshit.
That's very true.
I love Mendices, and I love seeing him on my timeline every day, and I don't think I will ever unfollow him. And if he blocked me, I would be hurt to my heart. But fuck you.
He block you.
But fuck you. Because ultimately, my nigga, you got yourself in that situation. You got yourself put in jail. You did what them people said you did, and you had to go and spend your time. All your girl was supposed to do was to pay your commissary and make sure you had whatever the fuck you needed, and that nobody played with you in there, meaning you had people outside that cared about you, so they wasn't about to just let you go in there and rot or whatever happens to people when they don't have somebody on the outside that care about them. And I may not have been a drug dealer girlfriend, but child, most of my fucking cousins, sisters, and everybody around me was. And the unspoken rule is, I'm going to be down for you, but I'm going to do what the fuck I want to do. Meaning I'm going to show up for you, but don't ask me about what I'm doing. Don't be hitting up after hours asking me what's going on and all of that.
It's different now, though. I think now that people in prison, I think now people in prison have access to social media. You're able to, usually you can't see what's going on in the world. You just in there, you don't see it. His point was, I was able to see you on social media, at parties. So I think for him, as far as how he experienced it, he felt like, I'm seeing you party. He didn't know that she wasn't really living that life.
I'm supposed to be in prison with you, nigga.
Well, no. But you have to, but you have to still get.
That's what he wanted, though.
Yes,
that's what he wanted. And she doesn't have to show up like that. She doesn't have to stop living her life.
But she wasn't even happy. I think my point is, I think they both need to agree. They both experience prison differently, but it does not mean how they felt separately is invalid. He has the right to feel how he feels, and so does she. I think both of them at one point in time felt like the other one felt wrong. Like he feel like she should not feel some kind.
What about the point that she made when she said, if you feel like you have to make something up to the kids, why don't you feel like you have to make something up to me?
I think
he was like, I don't feel like
I think told her that. I think in Mendice's mind, he's thinking, if I gave you the option to leave, one, that would relieve me of feeling some type of way that you're living your life. So I think that he also felt like if she would have left, she would have been doing him a favor. And then second, I feel like he's like, well, you decided to stay, so that's why I don't owe you nothing but my children. They're gonna be there regardless.
But
I do think with some men, I do think
because you do owe her something. You owe her a lot. She showed up for you more than your fucking mama ever did. You owe her a lot.
But I don't think him saying that means I don't think Mendice feels as if he doesn't owe you anything. I think his point was, I have to read my kids. When I left, they was babies. They were so young they didn't know me. Now I have to make them know me. So I think it's different to where I have to build a bond with children, whereas me and you have a connection already. So yes, I also still love you, but let me build. My kids don't know me. I think the little girl was less than a year, and little boy was like maybe a year. So I think his point was, I have to spend time with them who don't know me yet. Not that I don't want to make it up to you either, but they don't know me. And I think if you like if a father comes back around, he ain't been around at all. That child don't know him, so you want to bond with your child.
I get that.
He just have to be in prison.
But I don't feel like he expressed that to Yandy. I feel like it was all about his feelings about what she did not do for him. And then when she said, well, what about all of these things that I was trying to handle by myself while you were in jail? And what did he say? Well, I don't want to talk about this shit no more. So I feel like Jaylee is giving him way too much of rope because she like jailhouse.
No. I like everybody. I'm an equal nigga. But I can't go with him on this one. He made me mad. Well, no, I feel like people sometimes want to make someone right and then someone wrong. I can't do that. I feel like if you can't see both sides, how can you have an opinion? You know what I'm saying? So
I can see it. I can see it, but I still feel like in the grand scheme of things, you can't be mad at that lady because she didn't do everything you needed her to do. But guess
what? Yes, he can.
No, yes, he can. He's really like women.
What?
Does he really like women? No,
I had to make sure. I said, who said that?
I was like, who was that?
I said, is that Bonnie? I didn't see her mouth moving. That's Jaylee.
I was I'm eating on something. The way his mom has disrespected him, does he really like? Do he really like women?
I think you do. Yeah, I do.
I'm having a hard time understanding why he can't sympathize with his wife and understanding the situation that she was in.
Because it's the first time either of them have expressed their feelings. Again, I'm like, I can't. If the first time someone says something, you so quick to tell people, like even now, we each have our own opinion, right? Because we each have our own opinion, we can't really feel how the other one feel because this is how we feel. It's the first time we've expressed it. So I feel like Yandy and Mendeecees have not had communication about this. So they're both right now just saying how they feel. Mm-hmm. Neither of them is trying to understand yet. You can't, like, therapy don't work in one session. The first time was about talking about it. And I feel that's how I look at things.
I feel like some part of me feel like Yandy doesn't have to fully understand where
she don't. From. She don't. That's my point.
I feel like he owes her to understand where she is coming from because the mistakes of what he made.
I think as husband and wife, they both owe each other. I think they both have to make an effort to understand the other one in their different realms of how they feel. If you feel as if he don't have to do one thing, but she does, that makes it unfair to him, and vice versa. They both need to be honest about what they feel, how they feel it. Get it out first. Once it's out, then discuss it. They haven't discussed it. It's like saying, I hate you, but no one knows the reason as to why.
About Mendeecees, though, what exactly should she be? Maybe that's what I.
The fact that he still felt lonely is his true feeling. Mm-hmm. That's still his. Even if that's not her fault, that's him. How he feel isn't her fault.
He was gonna feel lonely anyway because he was in jail, and that's what happened when you felt dope on the corner.
You cannot
jail before and ain't never had no woman hold him down like Yandy did. That's why I'm kind of like, how you feel lonely though?
And I feel like because Yandy decided to stay, she has to deal with the repercussions or whatever emotions comes from that. So while I feel like, yeah, he should have more sympathy for Yandy. Like, yeah, I feel like we all being logical, right?
They explain what I mean exactly.
I think
you can't tell someone what to feel about their experience. That's my point. They both experienced something for 5 years separately. Neither of them have ever told the other one how it made them feel because he was too busy in prison. She was too busy being a mom, a wife, a prison mate, a mogul, and all those things.
It's one thing to communicate how you feel, but then I feel like it's another thing to make a person feel like they're wrong for what they did when I feel like Yandy didn't do anything. He said he feels like he wants to make up to his children. Yandy's like, you don't think you need to make up to me? And he didn't even see that he needs to even make up anything or do for his wife.
But you want to know why? Because he don't know that yet. We men are stupid a lot. You know what I'm saying? Men are stupid a lot. So I do feel like we have to allow them to be dumb, express their feelings or whatever, and keep talking. Y'all want people to get it on points. That ain't how life works. We have to learn how to sometimes listen and feel someone else's experience. We can't expect someone to understand how we get things because we all are different, and that's how I'll see things. I'm not saying that Mendeecees is right. I'm not saying that at all. That ain't even my point. My point is people want someone to be right and wrong, and my only point is people can experience something and it can be the same thing, but they experience it two different ways, and until you express that, you can't even communicate. They just now talk. I feel like we've always felt like Yandy and Mendeecees had a perfect relationship. Nothing went wrong. We did not know we didn't even know how bad Yandy was during that time. We saw her on TV. We didn't know that because she did not express it. Now that she has, it's a different conversation because she's expressed how she felt, what she went through. Okay. People felt that while she partying because she was trying to make it seem that she was happy, but she wasn't. But we didn't know that then. So I feel like the same, we have to like, okay, she went through something that we did not even know she went through because she didn't tell us until now. And now people who felt like she was being fake or phony. That wasn't true. So we can now have a different conversation because she's expressed it. So my thing is, both of them need to express what they went through. Express it first. Don't even try to blame at all. Mendices isn't right. I'm not saying that. But again, they both were just expressing how they experienced it. Now they need to what? Talk about it and come to the conclusion of where you can't feel like she was wrong. Because she wasn't. But y'all both did things two separate ways. Go ahead, Niecy.
The last thing I want to say about Yandy and Mendices is I'm just trying to get inside his brain and think about his logic. Y'all remember last episode whenever Yandy said, would you do the same thing for me? And he said, I honestly don't know. Yeah. That leads me to believe that he feels like because Yandy is an adult, you literally had the decision to leave or stay. So I think that's why he doesn't have the same sympathy for Yandy that he does for his children. Because he's like, okay, I put my children in this situation. You know, they didn't really have a choice. But since you decided to stay, you got to deal with how I feel when I get out. I don't think it makes sense, but I'm just trying to think about where his logic is laying.
I also think he sees Yandy as a person that's always, you know how like the whole strong Black woman thing. He sees her as a strong Black woman. She was holding it down and helping him out when they first got together. And then now he goes to prison. She continued to hold it down. So I think that's probably why he's having a blockage for whatever reason, sympathizing with her because, and I don't know what I'm gonna do because I mean, but I feel like that was an honest answer as a man. He don't know. Most of them are gonna cheat. Everybody can't be a papoose. But I think with Mendices, he has a vision of her just being strong. Yandy gonna take care of it. She's strong. She always able to figure things out. So it's whatever.
Thank you, Alexandra. You got anything more, Bonnie? Y'all know Bonnie. Y'all know she mad at me right now. Guess what? Get over it. I know. I'm just messing with y'all. Get over it because I ain't going nowhere and you stuck with me. I'm just playing.
I'm not upset with you. I feel like whenever we have conversations about things and we don't agree, people in the fucking comments act like we in here cursing each other out. So I just stop talking.
We don't even be that.
I mean, we trust and believe. We be laughing.
Yeah, we don't even be
I was like, what's going on? Am I looking at something differently than what other people looking at? We just talking.
We just talking and laughing later.
We talk all day, every day about everything. Ain't nothing going on, and we like
it never feels that
like
serious.
healthy dialogue, and it don't be that serious. We don't know these people
at all.
We don't know these people. Let's move on to Rada and AJ. Rada talked to AJ. Now she wants Michael to focus on just them. She wants him to give her all of him. She wants all his all, and I love how AJ brought up how whatever what he's giving you, that is all he has to. All he has is a little bit of dick. And fabulous. That is his all that he wants you to have. You know what would happen with that? And she asked her if she worried that she would lose Michael if she pushes for what she wants out of their, I guess, relationship. And she was like, yes. For me, I feel like Rada know what she got herself into, and she wants to not act as if, you know, he needs to change and looking like, no, like, I don't think any dude will tell you from the beginning, I want to have you and other women. So, you know what? I don't want new pussy yourself. I want this joke. Like, I don't see that happening right now. He don't care right now. And I don't think it's fair to want him to change only because he told you from the beginning. And I do think that's a form of low self-esteem because you're choosing to stay in this bond because we have matching spirits. It's like, no, he has a fuck anybody spirit and you want a single. He not going to give you what you need. But it's like she don't want to leave. She wants to force him to change. We think he'll then cheat and she'll be mad. So again, I don't know what she want. What y'all think?
I think it's stupid. Like, ultimately, you want that man to not fuck other girls, and he done already told you that that's what he's going to do. So now that you realize you can't deal with it, just figure out a way to move on. But this idea that we're going to try to blame disrespectful side bitches, yeah, that's a part of the problem, but it's also a part of the problem that he doesn't feel a need to correct them. And that's because he doesn't really give a fuck. He wants you in a capacity that he could have you, and that's with other bitches around. So if you're not going to be that for him, he's not really, you know, he don't really care. Like, he like you, yeah, but if you're not gonna fit into the lifestyle the way it is, I don't think he's gonna press for you to stay. So I think she should just go about her way, to be honest.
I agree 1000%. That was dumb of her to sign up for something she knew she didn't want in the beginning. And I think you're right, Jaylee, about just having low self-esteem, lack of confidence, afraid to step into her own because she gonna lose him. He ain't nobody. I don't know why. I mean, but he not changing. Did he try to convince her? Like, he said something in the confessional or either to her about, no, we need side chicks, and I just need her to see that they need
to value her,
something like that.
Yeah. In order for him to value her or to appreciate her, he needs to be around all these lesser bitches, I guess. Okay.
I agree with both of y'all. And that's why whenever the show first started, I couldn't understand what she meant by him cheating. Like, yes, I understand couples who sometimes have threesomes and like if he hanging out the girl inside, that's cheating. But that's for a couple that has rules established. It's like Rada and Michael both have 2 sets of rules. So I don't really consider that cheating.
Yeah.
Not following the same playbook that you are.
And it's weird because she feels as if she can keep saying what she wants. I'm like, but what you want doesn't matter when you knew who he was when you got with him. Like, it's not as if you was with him and y'all were. You were one of the many women who he just stayed with longer. So right. I don't get how she acts as if she came into it with them being one-on-one. He then said, you know what, I want to do this, and she said, okay, we can do this. It's like, no, you came into what he was already doing. So I don't get why she feel. I'm like, it's so, I don't even know why they here either, because he not gonna change. And if y'all have broke up already because he was talking to one girl more than the one time, it's like, but is he breaking the rules if he's allowed to bang other people? Like, what kind? I don't get that part. So I really do wish they either would have brought on another couple who kind of has this kind of agreement so that we can have like a someone else to play off of to see how they do things or whatever, because it's like, it doesn't make any sense to me.
She said that, Rada's saying that her issue is that the girl wants more now. Like, she may hit him up for money or something like that. So she started to. So I think Rada is feeling like her position is being threatened, because now the side chick that he's talking to more often, which typically isn't how it goes, he's starting to give her more attention than expected. And I think that's why she wants to cut all of them off or whatever, and it just be him and her, because I think she's feeling threatened. But she set herself up for the L, so I just want her to figure out how she's going to get out of it.
Get it to yourself. That's how
I think he want to be Hugh Hefner, so we can have as many women as he want, and then one day he may marry one. He about to die, and he, may rest in peace. But yeah. So we do see all the ladies meet up. I thought this scene was fun, but also boring, but fun. Fun with her dance part. Boring because it was about Delicious. So Delicious brings up how, her and Raymond has, had this whole sexy dating time or whatnot. She was really sexual with him. She really does give off sex pot vibes. I'll say that. And she said because that's what she made her life to be, basically, or whatever. She brings out they was in the Gucci store with a private shopper, and how she was being like a little freaky, whatever. And the dude then said, you can go ahead have sex because I might come back here. And she feels as if she wants him to be more aggressive. She's tired of her being the only one that's aggressive. And I'm like, I get that. Mm-hmm. But I also feel as if my question I put up on my review, I said, based on his past and what he was accused of and exonerated from, it may not even be in him to be aggressive to a woman based on the trauma from that situation. And I wonder if she thinks about that. When she got with him, because I watched When They See Us, and I felt like I want them 5 men to always have pleasant lives. I don't use them or whatever. So when he got with her, I'm like, I hope she don't fuck him up, because again, he's already with so much. So I feel like dating someone from the 5, you should know they may be different when it comes to aggression. They may not want to aggressively be sexual with the female, even if it's a wife, because it can be a trigger for them. So I do wonder if she thinks about that's the reason why he isn't so aggressive with her. But what do y'all think about that?
I think it's hard to give a fuck about that in the grand scheme of things. And I hate to say it like that. But what I mean is, you might think about that, but as a woman, you still want your dude to want you in a certain way. And if it feels like he doesn't want you in that way, you still gonna feel like, damn, he don't really want me the way I want him. And I think that's what she's really feeling. And yeah, that's probably linked to him probably needing to go through more therapy and get his emotions and shit together about what happened to him and all of that. And that's something she needs to be more patient with, because you married him. So you need to understand what comes along with being with somebody like him.
JB face.
I agree with that, because I'm like, y'all didn't know each other long. Y'all got married quickly. And I just feel like what I'm hearing Delicious say is, I don't know my man. And she hasn't taken the time out to really learn her man and learn about the things that he likes sexually, if anything, so that she can apply that to her relationship. I feel like they need a sex therapist, not just a relationship therapist. I feel like they can go and get a sex therapist. And I also feel like she's used to dating alpha men, and she's an alpha woman. But even being an alpha woman, dating an alpha man, she's always done like probably up here the most. So now she has a man that's down here, and she's still up here. You see what I'm saying? He's not an alpha man, but she's still up here with hers. And she just got to figure out. They
how to bring it down.
How they go, meet.
How he gonna bring it up a little bit out.
They gotta learn bring it down. And I believe he probably has learned her more than she's learned him, because I feel like being in prison, that's probably all he did was really a lot of observation and things like that. He probably just sat back and observed a lot. So he may know more about her than she know about him.
You said I'm tipsy.
Yeah, I agree. I'm seeing a lot of comments. A lot of people. Okay, so whenever I first heard that Delicious married Raymond, I'm not gonna lie, I literally thought it was for the money. But now that I see them on the show, I don't feel that way. I feel like they actually really do get along.
Do you follow her?
I do. I follow both of them.
That's why. See, if you follow her, then you would know, like, she got money. I don't think she was ever lacking. She got a real nice house.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it never
he
came
moved in with her.
Yeah, I think somebody was she ever on Candy Speak on it? Some other celebrity was speaking about her. I don't remember who it was.
She was on different stuff. Yeah.
I don't follow her, so I didn't know that. But when I first heard, I was like, how random. But once I see them on the show, I'm like, okay, this makes sense. They're like real people. Yeah. I agree with a little bit what everybody is saying. I think Delicious is used to kind of like doing the most based on the men that she dates. And I think they just need to learn each other. What, they've been together 6 months at this point? How long has it been? A year?
I know. Like well, they got married. They got married in the pandemic, so even now it's probably been less than a year of marriage. But I think they got together within 6 months of meeting.
Yeah, Candy and Todd introduced them, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe I did hear Candy talk about it then. Candy was the one who talked about it because she said money. But I really feel like that's not a horrible issue. I was explaining the show to somebody else, and I was like, they have the least amount of issues. Like, that's not bad.
It's
y'all
not
each other sexually.
To me,
I think once they together longer, I think it'll be easier. But like y'all said, because it was a quick courtship, and she may not know
how to deal.
She don't know. So she's probably used to men lusting after her. And I think for him, he's like, I have you and I want you and I love you, but I don't want to
wanting to sleep on her was like, come on, dude.
I know. I was like, oh, that's not nice.
And then he was like, I want to watch a movie. How about you give it a dick and then y'all can watch a movie, and that way you can fall asleep on a movie.
Do you think he don't like PDA? You think he cannot want to be so, like when she brought up how he did not want to have sex?
To be in private. So, it's not like we saw them watching a movie. We just saw confessionals when they felt like, getting on camera, but they were in private, I'm sure. So to me, it sounds like they're complaining about an issue they already have and an issue they have in private. So I don't even think it's PDA, but it might be all of that. But I want them to figure it out because I do like them together. I follow Delicious. Like back when Delicious used to curse people out on Instagram, it used to be so fun to watch her curse people out. But she stopped doing that eventually. But like I watched her work. Like she go and fly and do them weekend gigs and walk and jiggle from the hotel lobby to a car and then to the club and then back. And then she did the radio show early in the morning in Detroit, I believe, and all of that. So I saw her work and grind like a motherfucker. So when they got together, I was like, oh, that's sweet. He got him somebody that's gonna love on him because
love on him.
Yeah. So I just think that she has to learn him because I think she's used to dealing with men that went back and forth to jail, but that didn't have that type of traumatic experience. Like the men she dealt with did that shit, and this man didn't. So I think there's a difference in the hood street nigga that she thinks she messing with. So she gonna have to learn him, and I think he's gonna have to learn to feel safe enough to be more aggressive with her. Because as a woman, to tell you the truth, like, do y'all ever really want to be with a man that at some point is not grabbing on you like they have to have you? Like,
right.
I don't
comments from Beer. I think all their ass is probably a lot. You need to be a certain type of aggressive to handle all that. So,
for real, she be doing a lot too.
Yeah, she be the most. But I think I follow him. He the same thing she posts about herself, he posts too. So it's like he love it. So it's definitely a connection between them two.
For sure.
Now we do see the men meet up. Now I'm sorry for I was meant to was in the middle and I forgot. But the men meet up with. I see moving around. The men meet up with Dr. K. No, Dr. K was on Married to Medicine. He was Heavenly Doctor. I'm like, I know I know from somewhere. But they was chit-chatting and everything. Now, Raymond brings up how Delicious is an alpha female or whatever. He wants to know how to kind of calm her down, to let himself be in charge and whatnot. Kirk brings up how he wants to focus on, how Rashida acts as if he's always on business, but he is. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like he said, we put so much money into the business, we don't want to lose it. But I like was Michael's part bringing up how he feels as a baby because they did not see their parents together in the home loving each other. They may not know how to love a wife because they did not see that growing up. I thought that was a good thing because, again, you may not even realize how much you don't know if you didn't see it. And I liked him pointing that out when he brought up how his mom took him and the 7 kids in total away from the dad and how she changed their name so the dad could not find them. So he never saw a loving relationship in the household. And when his father died, he did not care. Well, he did not have any feelings about it because, again, he did not know him. It's weird because I think that was a good, not explanation, but a good suggestive reason as to why some people may not know how to be in a loving relationship. What y'all think?
First of all, I want to say this before I forget that I believe Rashida and Kirk have the most issues out of everybody here besides Ray J and Prinky. Specifically because I feel like they don't know how big their problems are. Like, I don't even think Kirk really wants to be with Rashida, in all honesty. Like, as much as they, put on like they love each other so much and their relationship is so great, like, he's been constantly like cheating and acting like it was too much to be around you for like the past decade. And I'm sure y'all have y'all great moments. We all have great moments when we're still not in a happy place with our partner. But when they talked about the work and he was like, I'm here with her now, like the way he said it, it made me feel like he would rather be somewhere else with somebody else. And because of that, I feel like he don't really want to be with Rashida. He just likes what their lifestyle affords him. I think if they weren't together, he'd be hard pressed to find people that would want to work with him or do business with him or give a fuck about getting him on anybody's reality show. Everything that they have financially is probably, kind of glued to their relationship. So I think they the ones with the biggest issue because they don't think they have issues like that. And it's bullshit. But when it comes to Michael Blackson, I'm glad he has that self-awareness. I wonder if he goes as deep as to recognize that he has some hostility towards his mom, which is probably the reason why he chooses to use women up like Kleenexes and throw them away. Because no matter how you slice it, a man that sees women in this way and goes through them like, he changes underwear, we hope. It definitely shows that he has some type of negative feelings towards women, which is why there's a devaluing of the women in his life, which is why he doesn't see them as someone he wants to be with forever or a real relationship, because he's still mad at his mom for taking that opportunity of having a father and having that relationship away from him. You can't tell me that he doesn't blame her. So yeah, I think Michael Blackson, if he doesn't know, probably needs to go a little bit deeper. He's still mad at your mom, homeboy.
All right. With Kirk and Rashida, yeah, that makes a lot of sense of what all you were saying, Bondi. Like, that makes sense about him saying like he's stuck. Because he is stuck. Kirk is getting older. He likes the lifestyle that he's afforded, especially at the age that he's at with the woman that he's with. He knows he's not going to be able to go out and just find somebody else that's going to have it good like that. So he's going to stay right where he at. He gonna stay right there. So that's the thoughts that I have on Kirk. And I don't really have nothing for Michael Blackson for real. But I just wanted to highlight the fact that Mendeecees had to give him some advice and say that you know, you never, what he said, you never want to lose something that you had or something like that. So I think it would be best if you compromise. And I said that's very interesting. Coming from you, Mendeecees, when you just wasn't even trying to compromise and understand your wife not too long ago. But okay.
I think he likes to come off a certain way.
Mendeecees, right?
Yeah.
I think he does. I mean, it's because he's also so quiet, and I think he knows how a lot of people perceive him. But I feel like as y'all talk about Kirk and Rashida, whenever Jada Pink, I'm talking about Jada Pinkett on the red table, whenever her and Will joked and said bad marriage for life, I feel like so many people are doing that. I feel like Kirk and Rashida have gotten to the place to where they just like, whatever, it is what it is. Like, what's the point? So yeah, they definitely the worst off. But yeah, I agree with what y'all are saying. I don't have nothing to add to the men, really.
So we've seen the AJ talk with Ray J and Princess. Look, I call bullshit. I feel like Ray J and Princess consistently will cry about stuff, want to avoid conversations, and then sit down together and say, you know what? I want you. I want this to work. I'm like, it's the same thing every season, every different TV show. I am tired of it. I feel like he like, you know what? Let's be toxic in private. You know, don't put out our toxicness on the web. That's his main concern. Because even her bringing up how I want you to come home at night and be in the bed with me. I'm looking like, but you don't like to fuck him. Y'all ain't had sex in so long, and you want him in the bed with you. I'm like, it don't make sense. I'm like, who wrote these stories about these
Kenya
two?
Moore and Mark did, because that's what they give it.
Yes, very much. It aggravated me. I was like, I was over it. I was complete because I'm like, you can't say he's this bad and he says she that bad, but then y'all both, I don't want a divorce.
They be playing it up for the camera. This is the bad marriage for life that I'm talking about. I feel like they play it up for the camera because, you know, the little sit downs that they be showing at the beginning, both of them were like, we enjoy each other's time. You know, it's not what people think. I'm sure it's not what people think. I think that whenever y'all do get into disagreements, y'all turn it up like 200% because y'all are monetizing off of it.
Thank you.
So I can't take y'all seriously.
Yes, I agree. Monetized marriage is what they have. I was watching the conversation the other night and I was like, they so foolish. And then I was flashing to couples retreat. I said, they ain't doing it but making money off this their marriage. That's all they're doing.
Right. I'm sure their disagreements are there. I'm sure they have disagreements, but y'all boosting it for their check.
For sure.
It's
and Ray
bullshit.
J Ray J has been in TV since he was a child. He knows what makes good TV. That's why I love to see Ray J on my TV screen. So he know what he doing. And he just schooling Prinky on how to do it too.
Yep.
And she going right along with Brad. I was like, I can't deal with them.
No, ever since the pool scene, they know.
The whole pushing the pool.
Yeah, ever since the pool scene, they know the formula.
And the last thing that happened was, you know, with Ryder and Michael on a little date, I think all the dates were fine. But I think Ryder told Michael how, you know, I need you to stop, you know, having sex with other women or I'm going to leave you. I don't believe her. I feel as if she's content with him. I think she may just want to keep fussing with him. I'm like, you didn't have to come back the first time. So I don't think she'll leave him for real. Or if she does, she'll keep coming back. Which I think.
I think every woman gets to a point where they may have a breaking point, except for the married ones. Yeah, they may have bad marriage for life. But I don't think Rhonda's going to have bad relationship for life for too much longer. I think as long as I think she's going to need more sessions with AJ to really come into her own. But if they're there for like 2 weeks, I don't think it's enough time. I'm sure she probably still messing with him. And hopefully she just gets to a point where she's like done. I don't understand the benefit.
I think the peen must be amazeballs. That's the only thing I could think of. You know, they make you laugh. The dick is amazing. You know, yay, I'm fucking Michael Blackson, who's not even really a comedian. He just says dumb shit in an accent that doesn't make sense because it's from Philadelphia, but okay. Right. But like, I just kind of feel like this whole cast is a bunch of people that also want to do television movies.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of like I can't even really give y'all too much of my energy, to be honest. The only one that really pissed me off was the Mendici situation, because we know how real that situation is. And also Kirk and Rashida, because we tired of them. I'm not even giving my energy to Prinky and Ray J no more. But Ray J is just extremely disrespectful as a person. And that's what's annoying. The truth of that. Like the honest moments where we really see what's really going on here. Like Michael Blackson, you know, basically being abusive towards women by running through them because of his mommy issues. Mendici's hating on or making life harder for Yandy because he's still mad at Judy and never really wants to deal with that shit. Like it's so many real, you know, Ray J, like your mom did you a disservice. Your dad was a punk and allowed her to control y'all household, which is why you chose a woman like Prinky that will beat you down with her words, because that's who your mom is. Ooh. I mean, you know, everybody has.
Now that's an assessment. I was like, that's true.
That's what I said. Ooh.
Because I started wondering myself. I was like, on my review, I was like, I'm starting to feel like your parents didn't raise you right the way that you don't have any respect for your wife or for AJ. That's what really sent me over. Disrespect for AJ.
Yeah, that's what I couldn't stand.
Just an overall disrespect for women in general. And that's because I think he has a lot of resentment. As much as I love my sister, I love Brandy, I think there's a lot of resentment there. And I think they tried to counteract that so heavily that they allowed him to become a fucking brat. Like basically, like always trying to make up for the fact that he wasn't the famous one and that everybody loves Brandy. And like I said, you know, just the whole situation with how Sonya shows up in the world and how his dad basically was a punk for most of probably his life. I mean, even though he probably respects his father to some extent as a man, you look at another man that allowed his wife to tell him, oh, well, you're not going to be around your other kids. Like, what?
I didn't know that. I did not know that.
Yeah, they had that reality show, and that's when we found out that the daddy had an outside kid, a son that looks just like him, and she was so mad about that shit that she never allowed for him to be around that boy or be in his life. So the boy had a lot of resentment towards Sonya and towards the daddy, and it kind of like ended the reality show right around the time that shit came out, and like you never heard nothing else about it again. So it made me feel like, you know, they had been trying to keep that shit under wraps the whole time. And then when you add that, to me, that's some punk shit as a man for you to allow your wife to like tell you you're not going to be in your kid life, especially somebody that's walking around looking just like you. That shit crazy.
That's fucked up as a woman. Who said that?
As a woman?
Michelle.
Michelle. As a woman.
It is. It really is.
That's messed up.
You coming to me as a woman. Fuck out of here. Nobody wants that, bitch. Don't be coming to me as a woman.
Jesus to fix it. So let's move on to one of our favorite shows, Ready to Love, or as Bondi calls it, Ready
to Fuck.
There was a lot of dates happening this. You over there dancing. A lot of dates happening this episode. I feel like that's a good thing, even though I feel as if they don't show enough conversation or connection. So we see the first little double dates with Jason and Alexis, Kara and AJ, and we see in this because they go ice skating. Jason talks with Alexis, let her know, you know what, I'm not really feeling you. I cannot see past the whole parent coach thing, whatever. Like, I just don't see it being there. And for AJ and Kyra, she wants to see where their bond goes. Even though she called him a cheap date, I feel as if, make up your mind, you either want him or you don't. But I do think that, you know, Jason was right for letting Alexa know, I don't like you. But I feel as if she should have knew that. He wasn't even giving her that energy. And I think, was it that she just knew him and thought it could be easy to be with him? And then he didn't reciprocate. And so now she's like, okay, I can back off. Because I never felt any vibe from him. So I didn't know why she even thought he would be like in her top at all. Like, I just didn't see that. And with AJ and Kyra, with them two, is it easy because y'all had a date before? Because he's tall, he's bald with a beard. Like, is it because I know him and that's easy?
has he even really connected with anybody else, like talking about it, AJ? Because like I haven't even really seen him connect with anybody, which is surprising to me, but then not really. That's because true. I knew his energy was gonna be. I told y'all his energy was fucked up to me. Like, okay, Alexis is thirsty. We're not even gonna like mince words about that. She comes off as a tad bit thirsty, but I also feel like I can't stand for a man to give you sexual energy, and when you give it back, he act like he mad about it. Like, I don't understand that. So he turned me off immediately. I do feel like Kyra is playing herself by even like trying to fuck with him, because I feel like he still handled you the way he did around that date. And then when y'all talked about it, I felt like he still kind of was making excuses for blaming her for why the date went the way it did, when he just could have just been honest or been responsible as a man. And she totally changed how she felt, how she felt about him, talking about, I see him as a respectable or responsible man. And I'm like, bitch, you a lie. How you see him as respectable or responsible when he don't know how much money he got in his account before he go on a date with a bitch? That's like bare minimum.
Say it. And then you want to come and play like this dude is a no disrespect to music engineers, because I know they make a lot of money. But whenever you say the successful ones make a lot of money, that's what I'm going to say. Whenever you say he's an engineer, you're speaking as if he's a corporate engineer, six-figure type engineer. He is a music engineer. That could put him anywhere on the scale of income. And then you're going to play to all the other women as if he was El Cheapo only to date him. So I feel like you playing yourself, and I'm making her, she's looking real crazy. And with Jason, I'm glad that him and Alexis, that thing is over, but I hate that it took Alexis to be like, man, you don't want me. You know, like I wish you could have just said it, but I'm glad that that's over and she can stop thirsting over him.
Oh, I thought I was going to say. So next, I was confused. Ronald on a date with Stacy. So she came to his house, titties out, titties bouncing, and I feel as if the whole conversation with them two was about, you know what? What is your connection with Chrysanthemum? I feel like Stacy was Chrysanthemum's like go out and test the dick person. Go out to the dick is like, and then let me know what it is, and I can decide if I want them or not. Because each topic was about Chrysanthemum, or at least who else he was messing with, who else he was feeling, and not even about them two as a couple. I'm like, how are you on a dating show and your conversation with him was about somebody else? Even when he then brought up the whole freaking frack of it all, and she made it seem as if, well, yeah, we're just great friends. I think there was a little bit of a difference between how when Joel said that he feels that they could be brothers with the guys versus Stacy and Chrysanthemum being like Bobby twins. I didn't get it. I don't get it. I don't think it's smart. But I don't think they date was even a date. I think it was like a little, let me see what I can find out and go back to my friend. And I think he was right to ask her about like, y'all really like me talking like that or whatever. But what do y'all think?
I think that Stacy, I ain't like Stacy. But I just wanted to highlight for me, and hearing you do the playback of the sit down between she and Ron lets me believe that she only befriended Chrysanthemum because she was competition to her. I don't even know if the friendship was truly genuine. They're about the same complexion, same height, you know what I'm saying? Probably the same build. So I think that she saw her as like her competition or something, and she wanted to befriend her or whatever. But I just like, it just makes no sense why you're going to have a sit down talking to him and then you asking about your quote unquote friend. We all here on even ground. Why is you sitting up here entertaining this conversation about a friend, trying to find out where he is with her and stuff? Just enjoy your date for what you got. And then it did kind of seem like she was trying to collect some details so she can go back and talk to her friend. But I took it as, how she had information about Joel, and then when she sat down, she started down talking Joel to the other person. It's like, are you going to take the information he tells you and take it to Chrysanthemum, and so that you could down talk him to her too? I don't know. Whatever
she reminded me a little bit of Simone from the last season. And
which one was Simone?
Simone was the light-skinned one with the green eyes. Do you remember?
I can't think which one Simone was.
You remember she was the one who said that Winter or Jay.
Yes, the one that did all the crying. Yeah.
The one that did all the crying. She reminds me of her. Like Simone felt like she could kind of just skate through, be friends with everybody because she was the resident quote unquote pretty girl, stereotypical girl. And I feel like that's what Stacey felt like she was. I even feel like that's how Chrysanthemum thinks that she is. That's why I feel like Chrysanthemum was almost offended that AJ didn't have her as his number one. And I'm like,
she was too mad.
Yeah.
See, I wish we didn't get to the ending yet, but just know I wish I would have saw Chrysanthemum's face when she found out about that ending, though.
So we see Chris and Amber's date. Look, I like Chris. I think Chris is great. I think Chris, likes to make connections. He likes to be friendly or whatever. But I feel as if, them meditating, I think was a good date. Both being okay with being like partners and not feeling like marriage was the end all goal. And I feel as if Chris, stop putting all your eggs in one basket. The same thing happened last season. That's what Nia played you last season. I'm like, stop meeting one person and vibing so tough that you feel as if it's a kindred spirit. I'm like, don't do that. Like, I don't like you that much. We're gonna see. He puts his foot forward too quick for me. And I feel as if you don't talk to somebody else. And I'm worried about Chris because, again, it's like the same thing from last season is happening this season. What y'all think?
I think that Chris is not a dating show guy. I think that he is a one-woman man and that he should just do that because he's shown on 2 occasions that he does put all his eggs in one basket. At least it's good to know when he's into a woman, he's really into that woman. Now, when it comes to he and I forgot her name, but the girl, what was it? Is it Ashley? I forgot her name. Amber, right? So them two, I still don't like them two together. I really don't. I really hate that he's so far much older than her. But it was what it was, and that's all I have for them.
Thank you. We'll discuss that a little later, but thank you, Christy, for the super chat. Oh.
They cute or whatever. I'm here for the chocolate good dog. I feel like he's trying to be more open with different women, but I also feel like there are a lot of things that we aren't seeing because of the way they cut this show up. Like, I'm sure there are dates that are happening that we aren't seeing. It doesn't feel like he's only talking to Amber because even like when they did the masquerade ball, I felt like he was like walking around the room and talking to different women. Even with the Stacey, the freaking frack interaction, he was trying to talk to Chris. And Stacey comes over there or whatever, vice versa. And just to comment on that situation right quick, right fast. Stacey definitely comes from a place of desperation with the way she acted towards the men, having them choose, who was at their top. And I think Chrysanthemum just hasn't allowed the men to see how insecure she is, because to me, the way she handled Ron said a lot about her, that they're both those types of women. Like, y'all want to know this early on who's in the top? Why does that even matter to you? Like, just run your race and worry about what you're doing, bitch.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I like Chris and Amber together, but it's something about Amber that just seems a little robotic to me. She said that she didn't have that much emotion, but I'm like, come on, at some point, you got to show a little bit more. But if this is who she truly is, if she's playing all her cards right now, then I like the two together. I feel like Chris is the type of dude that can get along with just about anybody. He just wants to find somebody that is ready to ride with him. And if Amber's that person, then cool.
You're going to ride out. So we see the little foursome date with Ronald, Joel, Dietrich, Chrysanthemum, Tressa, and Venetia. I hope it's our name right. I feel like we didn't get anything from this particular part with with Tressa and Dietrich, but I have that next. But I feel like, Joel and Venetia, I want to see more from them. I think we don't really get to see them talk a lot. We just see them like look at each other, smiling and feeling good. I think, but that's easy when somebody's beautiful. But like, I do want to see more of their conversation. And then with Chris, Chris being upset that she isn't his number one, and being like actively upset, like, I don't want to dance no more. I'm done. How could you allow, me? I'm like, bitch, you are a person on a competition show where there are 10 other, now other women you are still a contestant on The Price is Right for Love. So it's like, I don't get how she feels as if she can say that she can't be number two. You are in the running. You are a contestant. So I think she feels like I'm the best of the best. But I'm like, but are you though? So I don't, you know, it was a fun salsa group date. I think Ronald has 2 left feet.
Morticia,
yeah,
Casket, Ghost, Powder.
She do need a little bit of his hand.
She gives me very much somebody auntie who talk like this all the time, and you know she be talking like that and not really open up her mouth all the way, and
like she always chewing gum.
Yes, and I'm like, girl, open up your mouth. There's something very elderly about the way she talks, and I couldn't put my finger on why. Like at the beginning, all the dudes was like chrysanthemum, and I was like, for what? Like the women light skin, because she light skin. But then it's just something about her. Just don't. It doesn't. Yeah, it's not that for me.
It's really upsetting to me that you would send Tressa home, who everybody swears up and down has the best personality, but you'll keep Chrysanthemum, who looks like somebody's about to bury her, and who also wants y'all to pick a bitch, and y'all ain't even been there, you know. And I understand no connection is no connection, but I also feel like a lot of these men are just really like vapid and, you know, fucked up in the head, and I'm just not a fan.
Agreed. And some people are like, well, you know, it's fair. Some people just don't like curvier women. Like, yes,
where?
But
that's the weird part.
It's like all the dudes have all the options of women on this show, but when it comes to the women are more open to dating anybody. Why don't y'all put people on these shows who aren't so surface level?
Yeah, like men who like bigger women and say that. Like, y'all need to have at least 3 niggas on the show that don't have a problem with BBWs. There's nothing wrong, especially like with Tressa. Like, she's beautiful. She has a nice shape, you know, like she's giving you titties and ass and good hair, good makeup, good bone structure. Like, she's giving to me. And where I come from, which is why Joelle was attracted to her, that's like a normal occurrence. That's how most women look. And it's kind of like annoying that when we get on television, everybody wants to act like these women ain't getting fucked. But in regular everyday life, those are the women with the husbands and all the kids and shit. Like, I'm just confused. It ain't the bitch who got time to go to the gym and make sure her 6-pack on point, not in real life, but go off.
The only thing that really disappointed me for real about this date, and I don't know if you guys mentioned it already, but just him taking her to a spice store, and I'm like, what the?
Who does that?
You think you was going to get from that date? I was like, why? And it really pissed me off because I feel like other people have had more romantic dates, and for this to be a man that fought for her to not be eliminated one week, why did y'all not give them a better date so that he really could get to know her?
Bare minimum.
He take her to a
they was walking around talking about spices.
Yeah, this is what you want to use for this, and this is what you. And I mean that.
Mind you, that's my favorite tea store. Just so y'all know, the tea there is actually quite fascinating. I love it. They have a Strawberry Meadows green tea that's really good. You guys should try it. And I love all of the Earl Greys, Spice and Tea. That's where they were. They were at Spice and Tea. You can order it online. Yeah, but Dietrich, I don't know what the fuck.
Boring.
His energy is weird to me. And I'm like, what other women are feeling him? Because I haven't seen any of the women really mention him. So
I think he make a home next. But it was weird because he liked Tressa, but then you took her to a spice store and was trying to figure out why they didn't connect. Y'all was talking about spices and penises and balls of animals. I'm like, that's not going to be a good date to kind of feel something. It was weird because even when she wrote up how she wants a man who wants her and will let her know that she's wanted, and he then said, well, if a man wants you, he will, you know, put that forth. Then why are we here? Because you didn't feel that way towards me. And someone brought up, they said they felt like he kept Tressa because she would keep him there longer. Because again, no one else likes him. So yeah, if the one person who nobody else like me, I can be here longer. He couldn't save her a second week, is my opinion. But I feel as if every season they do have the one plus ass girl, the one thick girl, who happens to be also the funny girl. I feel as if don't bring a plus size thick curvy girl on here and then make her out to be the funny comedian homegirl, because that's not who they are. I do also feel as if she was very low key. She looked amazing, but I also feel as if she didn't put out bait for a hook, because we didn't see her talking to as many guys either, and that could be because they was not showing her attention. Because who wants to go and kind of, you know what I'm saying, throw yourself at the mercy of the court? Like, if y'all don't like me, I'm not gonna chase y'all. Right. So I do want them to bring guys, and the guys don't even have to like plus size women, but it should be guys who are open to dating whoever. Not a guy who will say, you know what, I don't prefer that, because that means that she has to then find someone who might like her. Whereas the guys are being like, you know what, I can pick any 10 or 9, anybody but her. And I'm like, to me, that isn't fair, because you will have guys on here who ain't small, who ain't, you know what I'm saying, slim, and they like, because like Dietrich don't look like he, you know, no 6-pack or whatever, but again, he wants to pick up. I'm like, they look like a great couple.
Now, I will say, I did see on the YouTube of Oprah Winfrey Network or whatever, I did see that Dietrich did go on a date with Stacey. They went to like a cycling gym, but unfortunately, the person he went on the date with has been. We didn't get to that part yet.
She ain't here. But yeah, I want them to bring on more. I want them to bring on better people on both sides. Like, make the women better. Make the men better. Make them be open to. I feel like when you're not open to many people, that's why we have so many. One guy liking 2 girls, or 3 guys liking the same 2 girls, and then the other ones are like just kind of fending for themselves. Like, okay, who like me? Who likes me? It's like you not even bring people on who are open to dating. Really, they are open to dating a certain woman. And that's what they focus on. And they can't have that, then they go home. So I'm like, y'all on some bullshit. But that Spice Date one shit. We then have, did you go yet, Niecy?
Oh, I don't have nothing to say. It was boring. He could have done better than
that. The ball of it all. So the 2 dresses, in my opinion, that made the whole ball of conversation was the wedding dress and the titty dress. Okay. So Alexis came in a wedding dress because she's extra, whatever. And then Liz came titties out. Okay. Not that I feel as if she cannot dress sexy because she happens to be a woman into the church, but it was a very different looking Liz. And I was like, okay, Liz, you gonna kind of short off. I liked her dress. I liked the blowout of it all. But again, I was shocked at how she walked in. Alexis saying she wore a wedding dress because she wanted to put her what she wanted out in the air. Girl, I mean, just stop. Now, everyone else's outfit looked great. I think the women look great. The men look great in their suits. I love the shape of Venetia's body. I think she literally is shaped like a Coke bottle. And that's why Joelle likes her and wants to be with her. I think that's the only dress I like. Who dressed y'all like out of all of them? I think Venetia's my best dress, honestly.
I honestly didn't even pay attention to their dresses for real. The only dress that really piled probably was Liz, because I ain't even paying attention.
I loved Alexis' dress. I love some beading. So I really like that dress, but I think that dress swallowed her because she's just so petite. I think it would have looked good on somebody else. But Liz came with the body, so
I like Kyra's dress too, though.
Kyra, which one? I'm talking which one? Kyra.
Now that I'm seeing it, she next to Tressa.
Yeah, like geometric shape that, and it's up sky high, up to thigh. I do. I like it.
Yeah, I like her
pattern.
Yes, it's a pretty pattern. I like the gold on her skin tone. Look nice with her mask. She look cute. I don't like Amber's dress at all. What is that?
The weird part, the whatever, it looked like it's some lace with some fur on it.
I'm about to girl, not lace. You know what? That shit like a shower curtain with some fur on it. She can chill a shower curtain on her skirt.
That may be what it is. Now we get the whole freaking frack of the here. Now with Chrysanthemum and Stacey, they want to be a team. I'm like, this is not a team sport. You can't do that. You can't be on a dating show as a dynamic duo. That doesn't work. And we see how the men bring up how they do not like the fact that when they're trying to get to know Chrysanthemum, here comes Stacey. Even Tommy, at one point y'all have to separate because again, it's a damn dating show. And I don't understand why either of them thought that was not a thing. We also we also see how Jason was liking Liz. Now he wants her to know he has her his top three because she showed titty meat. The only reason he liked her is because of her titty meat. I don't think anything different. The fact that she walked in looking amazing, that to me wasn't a reason to make her your top three. Like, it wasn't even a conversation. It was like, oh, she looked different. You're now my top three. And they do chat. And I'm like, girl, don't chat with him. Leave that man alone with little baby Chief. Let him go on somewhere else and you stay with David. I like Liz and David. I still think David is a little bit weird, but I do like them two as a couple. I just don't know how long it's going to last. But again, they can stay together, it's fine. Now, Rana was talking to Chrysanthemum at one point, but when Alexis walked up, he kind of just walked away and walked over to Alexis, and she did not like that. But I feel as if when he told her that he doesn't know if Stacey is even really liking him because she's so service level, and only time will tell. I agree with that. I do think every time we started talking, it wasn't about anything about herself. It was like this basic chit chat, and so no one got to know her at all. What do y'all think for the ball of it all?
Yeah, I definitely peeped Jason. And I just felt like the audacity with your appearance, sir. The audacity of you and that smile to come to all this older woman. Thank you. All of those gums. Okay. What kind of gums do we have, honey? Winter Fresh. What else is there? Double mint. It was so many. I really felt the way about it. That he would approach this woman and she would sit down and actually entertain him. Yeah. That bothered me so much because he did the same thing to Kyra when he saw her. He was first talking to Tressa, talking about how he was so into Tressa. As soon as Kyra walked up, he was like, oh, I'm going to go ahead and take her over here. So we see right through you, Jason. You full of SHI, and you tried to goop us with the whole story about, oh, my girlfriend cheated on me. I'm just going to propose to her. Boy, goodbye. Yeah, he's full of shit. What was the other thing about Ron and Chrysanthemum? I was laughing. I thought it was funny. I was like, nanny boo boo, that's what you get. But I kind of wish that Alexis wouldn't have even asked him about Chrysanthemum. I wish, because she didn't know, but on the outside, it's like you so high on his list that any other woman, like, I wouldn't even matter right now. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, leave her where she at. But I didn't like the comment that he made when he was like, when she asked, he was like, she's gonna continue to be surface level, like right where she's at, or something like that. And I'm like, but didn't you have her thinking that she was higher on the list than that? Maybe I could have been tripping, but I ain't like that statement. I was like, I think he was saying to Stacey that he liked Chrysanthemum more than Stacey. But he was telling Alexis how Stacey was the surface level to him. So I don't think he really liked Stacey. I think he was just dating her to see what would happen. Mm-hmm. And she was kind of like a robot, like a little Stepford wife or whatever. Because I do think she was just trying to get information for Chrysanthemum. So that could have been why it seemed surface level. Because I'm like, she didn't want him for real.
Mm. So something about Jason and Liz to me, Liz doesn't look old at all, but Jason looks so babyish. Something about them gives me vibes of like Jason trying to date one of his friends' older sisters or aunties or something. Like, it's very odd to me. Like, you know how every friend group got like that one fine mama. Not even trying to say she that old, but you know, all the dudes be like, oh, yeah, mama fine. Oh, she fine. That's what Jason gives me when it comes to Liz. And I'm just like, ugh.
That's my mama. Aggravating ass.
I can relate. Right? Got it from my mama. Yeah, I can't get with that. But I was definitely here for Ron walking off on Chrysanthemum to go talk
Me too.
Alex. I thought that Ron was going to be a huge asshole from the beginning. And now I can really respect him a little bit more for the way that he's moving and handling this situation with Chrysanthemum. He's not allowing her to make him bend and be like, okay, fine, you're my number one.
Mm-hmm. Right. He was being real with her, and I'm glad that he did that. And I was surprised because I thought he was going to bitch up and lie because she was giving him that strong eye with that, harsh hairline that she's serving. So, yeah, I just, I'm glad he kept it real with her.
Ain't no hairline harsher than Drew's.
That's true.
The JayBirds.
No, her forehead should hurt. So we do see all the men chit chat about who they don't like, and who do we know? It was Stacey, Chrysanthemum, and Tressa. bottom 3. Now, Stacey and Chris was bringing up how the issue was. No, Chris was bringing up how it was because of the whole freaking frack thing that they wanted them to gone. So they just had the bottom 2 was basically Tressa and Stacey. Now, I will say this. I was surprised that it was a double elimination because I felt like I saw scenes Tressa had that we hadn't seen yet, but I'm like, they probably just cut it out. But I was like, dang, they'll keep her. So we're like, okay, you go home too. I like how Joel gave her the news. Like, you know what I'm saying? I can't even. He didn't sugarcoat it, but he also wasn't like harsh with it. He kind of like laid it out or whatever. And he still made her feel as if, you know, it ain't you. Like, you know what I'm saying? You just who you supposed to love ain't here. And I liked it. I also like how I liked that Stacey was sad that she went home. Because I feel as if she thought she could be here because she was pretty, and she then found out that wasn't true. So not that I was happy she was sad, but I felt like this is why you should have not played the background, and you should have put your best foot forward and not just relied on you being pretty, and not relied on freaking frat, and not relied on not trying. So a part of me felt like nah, ha ha, and I was like, but that was me being petty. But you know, I was surprised at all the doubleness of it all.
With Stacey, I felt like Omarion. I felt no ways. I was glad that her ass went home because she's the reason I feel Christian went home. You know, so I mean, it was what it was, and I was glad that I think it was David, right? David was the one that let her know, and he didn't even waste time. Like everybody else gives this elaborate story before they send you home. Yeah, he gave her like a sentence or two and just said, "Listen, we determined you know you gotta go home." And it was so funny because she did that extraness last week when she got rid of old buddy Troy, and then gonna ask him, "What have you learned from this experience?" Like I hated that. Like let the man go. He already embarrassed. I'm glad he gone. So now she had to sit with that on her end. And I hated it for Tressa, you know what I'm saying? But I knew she was definitely going to go home because it was the people. But I loved how Joel delivered the information and how he held her the entire time. Just letting her know your love not here, but it's somewhere else. So I appreciated that. I was like, go ahead, Joel. He's a good guy.
Y'all know, I really loved that David was the one sending Stacey home. I loved it because while David was a little controlling, I hate whenever like one woman seeks effort of the entire group to send a man home because it's something that they individually don't align on. That has nothing to do with the group as a whole. That doesn't make him, aside from the rumors of what his ex-wife is saying, that doesn't make him a horrible partner because there's still women like Liz who are attracted to men who, you know, want all your information. There's no privacy. So I was like, girl, why are you doing that? They played me for a second though, because I was like, would the men really be that smart? Are they breaking up freaking frack and sending Stacey home to keep Tressa? Like, are they sacrificing freaking frack basically? But no. They weren't that smart. It was 2 people, and they sent the 2 bottom people home. So
they had to go. So that was really all of that episode. I like Ready to Love, but I think every season they change it up a little bit that makes it better. Like I like the masquerade ball of it all. I like that they're doing more group dates with people who like each other versus random ass group dates. But I do want again next season to be more structured. And not just so, okay, let's do. I hope next season they do not send anyone home like the first 2 weeks. I want them to let them, like the first 2 episodes, let them mesh first. Because I think like if you're really trying to find love, you can't figure that out on day 1. I don't think the point of the show is like, you know, let's send somebody home ASAP. It's like, no, give them, because we don't know what could happen, you know, past the first 2 episodes. Like letting them like put them in the bottom 2. And then see if they still in the bottom 2 the following week, because you can then see if they are not as bad as we thought it was. But I like stop rushing it. But yeah, I like the show though. Pose. So Pose was 2 episodes. Pose is back for the last season. Pose only has 7 episodes this season, which I still think is very, very unfair. A lot happened in these 2 episodes. I don't want to recap every little thing. So I'm going to put up each person And then we kind of discussed what went on with them a little bit. We already 3 hours in, and we got still do Johnson's Cabaret. So I can say the episode or the season starts in 1994. It's the year that Oda killed his wife, and we see that as a part of how each person's kind of doing things. It's like little anecdotes throughout both episodes. But again, the balls are different now. They only care about the money and the categories now. Electra's still working at the Hellfire Club, beating up men for money. But when she loses her job, we don't see what she does to make money, even though we know she's not doing that anymore. So I do wonder like what she got going on. We see Lamar is on bullshit, has his own house called House of Khan. He is a complete asshole who does not care about his brother Cubby, who was dying and sick of AIDS in the hospital. Blanca still being a mom to her adult children. And Damon is alcoholic. And I will say for Damon, he gone. He was in one episode. That was really it. But in real life, his sister passed away and he left the show. But, you know, they had him leave as a alcoholic who relapsed. He was gone. Pray Tell is still hosting balls. He's also an alcoholic now. And so his accessory now is liquor. It was fine. The scene that I want to talk about in episode 1 was the whole diner scene when House of Khan came in and like this. I was like, who thought to have these people come in here and fight the old men at the table? I'm like, who does that? I was like, that was hilarious.
First of all, the fact that they was like all hard, but then it was like, and then everybody just started throwing food. I was like, they are not having a grown-ass food fight in these people diner. That shit was so funny to me. And another thing is Lamar worked on my nerves. And Lamar's like neck, you know, like it's like a duck. Yes, the neck thing that Lamar does. It's too much neck, Lamar. Put your neck down, sir.
You got a long ass neck.
With that Beetlejuice fit on. I don't know why you thought you deserved to win in that.
Right.
That's why they lost. They lost because their fits was terrible. That was the only reason why they lost, because he did outperform Pray Tell. Excuse me. But Pray Tell looked better. And everybody knew what was going on with Pray Tell. So I think, you know, it was like a community effort for them to win. But Pray Tell was the only charity. Everybody else swept their category as far as I was concerned. Y'all know how I felt when Ricky had busted out with the abs cut out the shirt. How I felt about that. So I wanted that
body outfit.
I want the outfit. Lamar definitely outperformed Pray Tell, and I just hated that he didn't win. But then I had to learn that one of my subscribers was saying that it was a lip syncing competition, and
he wasn't lip syncing.
That made sense. I was like, oh, okay, because okay, gotcha. That makes sense.
And it's funny because Pray Tell don't even like lip syncing.
Don't.
Right. At all. And when I'm like, he ain't singing the word. I'm like, he ain't singing the words. I'm like, he wasn't. But I did like his performance of it all. But again, it's like, because I watch Drag Race and I hate when they don't really lip sync. It's like you have to really sing or voice the lyrics, and they didn't do it. So I'm like, I got why he lost. So let's start with Elektra. I love the fact that she is as fashionable as ever.
Girl,
I love how she
favorite.
This is the best picture. This is the only good picture I got of everybody today. But I love the fact that she has not changed. She is still Elektra of abundance. Okay, she's still the mother. She's still that to everyone. She's still self-centered too. But again, I like that she was about her money. And y'all do that. I'm gonna go. I got a date to do. I'm leave that beat. So did y'all like Elektra's comeback of it all? Like, cause she didn't really have much going on this episode, even though she was helping get together the whole thing for Pray Tell.
I think she was everything this episode. I think she looked amazing this episode, and I love the fact that when she was reading folks for their issues, when her and Pray Tell got into it, because you know Pray Tell is alcoholic and everything, one maybe 2 drinks, alcoholic now, and at the end of the day, when Elektra said, but I look good, bitch. When Elektra said, but I look good, bitch, you can say whatever you want. I'm delusions of grandeur, narcissistic, old lady with a whole bunch of dresses in a closet and no bed and no man in the bed, bitch, all that. But guess what, bitch? I look good, though. Okay? And you look a mess. And so do the 2 crackheads sitting over there. I'm so upset. I'm sorry. But yeah, I was feeling Elektra. And they say next week is Elektra's like origin story. So I am excited.
Y'all know what it was for me was whenever they bust into the hell room and Electra turned in that ponytail, did that Beyonce, she said, and then she had that whip. Did y'all notice that the ponytail just went, and I was like, damn, I love her.
Yes. There's a certain neck that has to happen for it to hit it.
I think my favorite part from Alexa, not so much as her style, but it was the way she collected the fuck out of Lulu ass doing that Toni Braxton. Because I was so impressed about it. I was like, what is this? And I was so glad. Okay, then she said,
I have a vision.
Cut it off.
Oh, I have a vision, and it doesn't include you sweating badly in a bad wig, singing a sad song. Like I was just like, right, the sweat. Get the
reading.
Child.
Because she saw her daughter. She's like, I see you, bitch.
The whole time.
I can see you.
And then everybody else in the background, I'm like, what are y'all looking at? Her eyes.
Oh, baby.
You mean the world to me. You are my everything.
I mean, she was lip syncing great. Because she had the whole look together. But she was just sweating too hard.
Baby. I said, what the hell?
And the jeans wasn't tight enough. That was another thing.
Yes, they weren't.
Too baggy.
I felt the way.
Yes.
No, Lulu.
No, honey.
So we can go to. Who is this? I won't do Ricky yet. Let's just go to Angel. Angel, who we know, Angel, who we know is amazing. We love Angel, but Angel and Lulu are crackheads. Okay, Angel and Lulu are strung out on that shit. The fact that we see her in the beginning of just like being not happy that she isn't working. You know what I'm saying? We know it's Poppy. I got Poppy somewhere around here.
Child, you got a full Poppy with them pectoral muscles and that moisturized.
I thought I had Poppy.
And that Poppy? That coiffed it, you know what I'm
saying? Why everybody be trying to do Poppy wrong in real life and on the show?
I don't know, but I'm getting mad about it, bitch.
I got him. I thought I put him up here.
I was telling them that I only knew about what happened with Poppy in real life because you talked about it on your quick chat that I watched earlier today. And when I tell you, bitch, I was so mad. I was like, she did not make Poppy stand up in the middle of that crowd so she could embarrass him like that. I
cheated, but I would make you stay with me.
Yes, girl. I was upset too.
And now he with a crackhead. He with a whole crackhead on the show. They made him do the and look, it's weird because we know that in what was the last, maybe season 1, the last season, how Poppy and Angel at one point was on coke heavy, and they both had to kick that habit. So the fact that she then took the little joint from Lulu, but we can't blame Lulu because Lulu did not offer it her. She took it and smoked it. But when she told her what's in it, she still kept smoking it. So I'm like, at that point, that was your choice because you know it's a little bit of lace or whatever.
All it takes is one though.
That's true. That's not what first she got it back in her hand, but it's like she went for like the fact that you know Lulu, in one episode
you shouldn't have been smoking that shit. You shouldn't have been smoking that shit, Lulu. What's wrong with you? It was 94. Crack wasn't that new. I don't want to hear that shit.
Yes, I was like, why didn't this happen? I would have felt like, damn, you know, man, this was the 80s. It was 94. I was like, y'all know what
crack had been out.
Yes, you know
new shit. The Carter was like 89. I don't want to hear this shit. Okay, Deb Atney and them was already selling crack out there in like.
But it's like you see how Lulu looks worse than Angel. It's like you can tell that Lulu was doing crack more than Angel was because she looked worse. And when Poppy came in and said, you can come and suck dick in the crack house, but she would not. You need to stop because you ain't gonna suck a dick in the crack house.
To Mel and Wanda.
Yes, I'm girl.
Don't do
Wanda. But it's sad because
about Messy Miles redoing that shit on his Instagram. He just posted that shit recently. I think Robert Townsend had commented or reposted it or something like that. So he posted it. And when I tell y'all, I don't know whether I want to laugh or cry. That shit be so funny. I remember the one time I think he even had the bike in there that one time. Never mind.
It'd be hilarious. But I like Poppy wanting to let her know, like, I love you. I see you on that bullshit. Stop it. Cut it out with the bullshit of it all. And I'm happy that she ended up. Poppy looks. I like Poppy.
I love
small,
Poppy.
he's small because he's shorter, but I feel as if he is like a giant too, because I'm like, he is a whole ad exec now, whatever, energy. With the whole thing. And like when she came in and the girl was at his desk, how he, hey babe, like, right. Like, okay, it's about you. I don't care who here, it's about you. And when she felt like, when he told her, like, if you don't stop, I'm not gonna marry you. I can't marry you if you hide. And she said, I knew you would leave. He said, I don't see nobody but you. Like, since I met you, it ain't been nobody but you. I need you to like bet on us. And I'm happy that she decided to go to rehab.
Aren't we all?
But I hope
it stick.
Yeah, because she was a crackhead. You can't want to smoke crack on the way to intervention. That's a bad look.
And do you know how hard it is for people to quit that shit? Like, crack is very, very hard to quit for real. Like, and honestly, the fact that it was like kind of dealt with so quickly made me nervous. Like, she's saying this now, but like, my heart is gonna be broken if somebody dies because of fucking crack. Like, and then it is
because crackheads did die.
They did. They did. They would get sepsis. They all kind of issues and shit because they just didn't take care of themselves. And like, you have heart attacks, you had, strokes, all that type of shit. But y'all, they low-key killed Brandy's song for me a little bit, because that was the song playing in the background when they smoked it for the first time. And it reminded me of, how like New York Undercover will always play like some song that everybody was listening to during that time, but it would be a good song. And then they would put it with some fucked up ass scene. Like, I think they put the Creep song with that episode where the dudes all did drugs and they all ended up dying. Like, you saw them going to the store to get the stuff to cook it. And then the next thing, everybody was dead at the table. Like, it was like so fucked up. But they was playing Creep to it. I was like, how y'all gonna play and not Creep to this depressing ass scene? And that's what it felt like to me. I was like, y'all have ruined, Brandy for me.
They ruined it all. Let's see. Let's go to Blanca, because we'll do Pray Tell last.
Blanca looked like she got this season, bitch. I won't say that.
You said she got what?
Money. Y'all know how whenever shows go into their season where they get their money, they be looking so much better. Clothes, hair, everything.
Yeah, I was thinking the same
because she working now though. Like, she got a real job now. Her man a doctor. Her whole man.
For a second, I was like, are they trying to change characters and this is the same doctor that she met on the beach?
I think it's a different person.
But I love him as an actor. He's phenomenal.
Yes. He was in that Ryan Murphy show on Netflix, Ratchet.
Hollywood? Was it Hollywood? Oh,
he was in Hollywood.
Yeah.
He was in Ratchet?
He was in Ratchet. He was in Ratchet.
He was in Ratchet too. Okay.
Yeah.
Who did he play?
I wasn't tripping.
Wasn't he like an assistant or something like that at the
yeah, rewatch it.
I believe
yeah. I like him again now.
But look, Blanca's got a man at home.
You sing that,
Bobby. As soon as I saw it, y'all, we was in here and I just could not stop singing it. Yes, he was in Hollywood. Yes, thank you. Yes.
Blanca is not working at the hospital in the AIDS war. Oh, Chubby died. May he rest in peace. Boom, pow, pow. But Blanca.
She called that man Chubby.
I mean, Chubby. He didn't get shot. He died of AIDS, and it was
sad. He went blind. He had a lesion on his neck. It was depressing.
It was bad.
His mama there for him though.
Right.
That was the best thing, seeing the whole family come together, and how Electra was saying, how the mama was saying, how the mom said, "I'm sorry, I did not I pushed him away," and no one knows how to raise and be with a gay child, and I like how she thanked her for taking care of him when she couldn't. That I felt like when she then said, "I'm so sorry," and he died, I was like, "Oh Lord!" I cried. But I like how Blanca was like, "I want that to bring us together." So seeing her happy with her man and her pajamas at work, working this and working that or whatever, I think is a great thing. Even her meeting his parents, and I don't know if I like both parents yet. I don't know how the dad is going to be, the mom, because is a bitch. And I could tell like by how she was asking Blanca questions that she figured it out but couldn't figure it out and just kept asking stuff. Jamie.
I just want, when you say you know what a daddy was gonna be, I really think he's with one of his transsexual patients.
I was
so while she has issues with her son and all of that, that's where your husband's at.
Because she then said, because when Blanca finally brought up how she's trans, and the mama then said, well, I'm not, this because my husband, is a doctor, he sees, and when Chris then said, yeah, tell dad if he has questions to talk to me. I'm like, oh, so you know what dad doing? Because why dad late? Why is his appointment running late? I was like, it's little clues here and there, and that could be the reason. But even when they ask, like, how did y'all meet? At work, and we then see them banging. I'm like, y'all fucking in the hospital? Okay,
in the hospital. Child Grey's Anatomy. People fuck at hospitals all the time.
All the time. It don't seem sanitary. But I liked seeing that he just wants her his world. Like I want you in my house. I want you around. I want you to be in there. He really sees her how she sees herself if she could be better. But he sees her that like now. Like he don't see her like, oh, the future. No, you this is who you is right now. And I don't want them to like end in like some weird tragedy of like he smoked crack and then he died. Or something dumb or whatever. So I like them together. I like that Blanca has a life now. I guess.
Yeah.
What y'all think about Blanca?
I'm glad she has a life. That's the overall gist that I was feeling. I was like, okay, finally. Like, she's not just a mom. She like getting her groove back, living her life now that her kids are grown. So I'm glad that we get to see her unravel.
I love that. I just love how they brought in the season with that. It's not something we had to wait on. We already see she got a man. And seeing her walk, I actually teared up when she walked into the college to apply for that application. I love the shot when she sat down and they zoomed out. Yes. I mean, like, I just, I dropped a few tears. Like, that was just so awesome for her to be able to like come into her own and realize she can have more than what she got. Everything she desired to have is finally coming into fruition for her. And I just hope it's up for the rest of the season. I don't really want to see nothing bad happen with Blanca.
And I started crying because it seemed like that shot where they like zoomed out and she was filling out her application, that could have been like the end of the show. Like, that's how powerful that moment was to me. Because she wasn't looking for like a deadline for things. Like, her life was still going up. And I was just crying. I'm like, girl, it's the first episode.
Right.
It was a sad, I think Cubby dying, her having the whole, Cubby wasn't like running from life. He was living life. And I think that gave her the power. Like, let me go ahead and live my life too. So I like that she took something from his death and his life too, because who he was. Now, Lamar was a piece of shit. And so he also pushed him to be, the balls or whatever. But I feel as if I like the whole pushing of the dreams of it all. But pray tell. So pray tell this episode. In the first episode, he's an alcoholic. He's a drunk. He is upset and angry and hurt and bitter, just based on life. He's gay. He has AIDS. Was it HIV at that point? I can't remember which one it is. He's positive, and he's having to watch his friends one by one die and go to thousands. He said, I was at my thousandth funeral or whatever. So again, it is taking a toll on who he used to be and who he is now. He's still with Ricky, okay, which for the most part or whatever. But, even him having to accept that he has a problem, but only when he sees his friend who wanted to die but couldn't kill himself. And, when he asked the friend how, okay, you was going to kill yourself by taking these pills. I need you to throw them pills away. And the friend then said, okay, well, you throw that liquor away in your house. And he like, well, okay. Now, the whole reading scene with Pertell reading each person one by one based on them doing an intervention, he told Ricky, was it Ricky? Oh, you leaving me to go jump on Damon's dick. No one wants to fuck someone too old to be a twink and too stupid to be a man. He tells Angel, if I wondered if I was a crackhead, I would go ask one on the streets. He tells Electra that she is a short-tempered, insecure narcissist. And she said, who glows, bitch? I'm like, it was a comeback that made sense. He tells her that she suffers from delusional thoughts and you are an aging granny with dusty furs in an empty bed. He went, I was like, bitch. He told Poppy to get a real job and to get off the coattails of his crackhead girlfriend, and told Blanca that she's only keeps the kids around to distract her from her sad life. Her boyfriend only wants her because she's an HIV charity case and to keep his name out of her mouth. The fact that he kind of just was so upset because they wanted him to go to rehab was mind-blowing, and how he just kind of kept fighting against it. And it wasn't even a rehab.
It wasn't even a rehab that pissed him off. It was them reading their letters and expressing that he was a disappointment to them. He already felt like shit about himself, which is why he drinks. So hearing from other people that he is showing up less than is even more hurtful, because he already feels that way about himself. I don't know about y'all, but like, I'm one of those people where I have to do things right because I don't like people telling me anything after the fact. So like, I'll try my best to do things as perfect as possible as to not have anybody tell me anything, because that irks me. So if I'm already hard on myself and I make a mistake and somebody come and tell me that I made a mistake, I'm gonna be double hard on myself. I was already beating up on myself before you showed up and told me something, and now I'm beating up on myself even more. So I think that he had that reaction because in that moment it was like, I'm already feeling like shit. Now y'all telling me how I'm making y'all feel like shit. I can't take that guilt on top of the guilt I already got. Oh, Ricky. I'm glad Ricky left his ass though.
Me too, because I feel like Prytail was full of shit. I feel like he was full of shit. Sitting up there crying, want to leave, and then want to start crying to my everybody leave me. But then all you do is talk down to him. I'm like, why is you with this young man? Because you tell him about his generation is dramatic and stuff. But let me tell you, when Ricky pulled them balls out and sat him up there on that counter, I said, you better do what you got to do. He said, he's doing all that damn crying. Ricky said, I hear you, but I can't stay. I said, you better get out that door very quick.
It was two things he said I thought was great. He said the one thing he said was, I would not do my mom did and stay in a toxic relationship just because I'm too scared to be on my own. And even when Prytail then said, you young, you got AIDS, no one wants you.
You're black, you're ugly.
You're ugly. He said, I would not allow you to hold me hostage due to my HIV positive. It's like he heard everything Prytail said and would not allow Prytail to get in his head with it to make like, I can't go. I love you. I can't stay. I don't know where I'm going. I'm not gonna be here. And I think seeing Prytail cuss him out, cry to stay, and then cuss. Get the fuck. I'm not. What you wanted me to say? It's like you was doing things just to make me feel as if I had no choice.
Right. I wish that he would have told Prytail, well, you want me. Well, all the stuff that you're talking about, you still want me. So why you think somebody else would?
I also think a lot of the things that Prytail was saying to Ricky was shit he felt about himself.
Yep.
So that was another thing. It wasn't even really all of that towards Ricky. It's him feeling that towards himself. There's a lot of, self-loathing going on.
But I was glad he finally made that decision though, and Blanca dropped him off.
Yeah.
I need rehab.
Girl, don't y'all love Mariah Carey song with a choir in the background?
Good old Mariah.
The music was amazing, though.
It was. I said
the soundtrack.
Was. They did that.
They sure did.
I love it.
Get to know if I could be. Sorry, y'all know.
No, but even how when Chris walked into the diner for family dinner and they started playing Chinese Tender Kiss, I'm like, come on now, Tender Kisses.
Was it Tender Kisses? I thought it was I Love Your Smile.
Oh, I Love Your Smile. It was Chinese.
Yeah,
it was Chinese.
They should have started playing either Girl Fight, Throw Them Bows, or something from What's the Dime in them and Scrapping Them Group Crime Mob. Because when Lamar walked in there and wanted his money, the House of Con, and they had I was rolling
the they played Tootsie Roll.
Lamar reminded me of Jasmine.
Oh,
you know what we came to do.
Oh, crazy ass bastard. But again, it was a good episode. Because it's hard to recap 2 hours of a show. We got that much time. So I'm like, we can do a little thing. Lastly, our last show. Well, first of all, like the video. Okay. You need to like the damn video because we have been on here a long time. Okay. Y'all still here. We got one show left. You ain't doing nothing else. Like the video for one. Okay, like it. Okay, like it. Love it. Okay. Also, be sure to follow each person on their social medias. Okay, with Bondi at Bondi Blue, Jamie Thing, that's me, Niecy Dixon at Niecy Dixon. I'm the only asshole that has 2 different ones. But again, JayLeesCorner on YouTube.
You know, so you could just report the Instagram that don't have the underscores and you can steal it.
Like on somebody has JayLeesCorner on Twitter. I hate that. I can't use it on Twitter and IG. They stupid little asshole. They may name me with Jaylee. But again, like the video and follow us all on all of our social medias with IG, Twitter, TikTok.
Like. You gotta like. You better like. You better like. You better like. You better like. I'm here for the energy every time.
You know, so Jocelyn's Cabaret, girl. Look, I feel like it was fights, then chit-chatting. The episode ended with Big Face, you know, swinging on Lucky, and we did not have any footage from that. I'm sorry that Booty is right there, but it is what it is. But Big Face and Chanel do have a beer gut. I didn't believe Jocelyn at first, but I'm like, this is a bad angle. Of her, and I'm like, that's not nice. But Big, and I think that's what's the P girl? What's her name? Yummy P. That's Yummy P.
Oh,
that's Miss Natural standing right there.
Yeah, that's Miss Natural Booty. That's Miss Natural Booty. Because I know
that's not green. That's white. I know the butt. My fault.
Yeah, y'all know I watch.
We are porn. Yeah, show them shows. But I feel like Big Face acting as if she only wanted to get one leg in and thought that wouldn't cause a fight. I don't get that. And the funny part was the whole time was going on, Yummy P was on the pole just flipping. Honey, she just flipping like, okay, I'm in my little footies. I'm having a good time. Y'all is fussing. I don't care. But again, Jocelyn is like, you know what? Y'all on bullshit. I'm going to give y'all 30 seconds to fight. Okay? You here. Let's farm it out.
30 seconds. And what y'all going to do? What's the problem? What you going to do?
I feel like when she gave him the time and then basically like, you know, well, why you want to fight? What's going on? I'm like,
you the one that ran up.
Exactly. Run up, get done up.
Yep.
I think she deserved the answer what she got, and even how she kept talking shit, but also saying at the same time, why you don't like me? I'm like, because it's time to fight. It's really
the time to talk fight. Is over.
And when Lucky said, you know what, I got them hands, it was like a whole tornado type of spinning frenzy of a third fight. I was like, what is it happened so fast? First of all, her ass is out of shape. Okay. How was her ass poked out like that? Okay. Whatever
I was like, in fact, Lucky's knee. I was trying to figure out what the fuck that was.
Girl, that is Big Face's ass.
That was hilarious, y'all. I was here for her hair being off. Yes.
Girl.
Look at her.
Her butt, but it's like I was flipping.
It was a whole little tornado, little fight with all.
From behind. How you gonna defend from behind?
First of all, how you got turned around is the question.
I was like, what's happening? Her face afterwards? I'm like, girl, pull a tink tink.
And then Jocelyn had the audacity to put her head on her chest. I'm like, girl, put that head on.
Right, like all the time you need is from you. Like, cut it out.
Good.
She looked a mess.
She deserved the ass whooping, and I feel so. Okay. Should Jocelyn not have let them fight and just sent one home? Or was she right to let them talk a little bit and then let Lucky run up?
No, she should have really sent one. She should have been sent old girl home. The moment she did not participate in the activity at hand and she chose violence, her ass should have went home right then.
I think she should have let them fight and still sent that bitch home because we need the show to go.
Yes, Bondi. I was so happy that Jocelyn was like, because there's so many times when I watch these reality shows and I'm like, damn, just let them fight, you know?
Let them fight it out.
That's what I like about Zeus, because I'm like, They can do that. Let them fight.
Just let them fight. Now, I did not like that she went and told Lucky, like, I'm gonna let you have a conversation with her, but if y'all fight again, you going home. No, like, send her home now after I whooped her ass, because you see that she not gonna stop.
Because even the conversation that Johnson had with Big Face, I felt like it was like, what's the point? You keep asking the same question. Why the fight? Because she ain't got enough to do. I feel like Big Face just wanted to get Lucky sent home for fighting. Because if you keep beating me up, maybe you can go home. Yeah, her face is horrible. It's like maybe you can go home for that. Now, when she talked to Lucky, when Jonathan talked to Lucky, I guess I don't. It ain't here. But when she talked to Lucky, it was a different conversation than anything else. Because it was like she should go home because she don't dance. You can't. It was because it was Lucky, Sapphire, and Big Les bringing up how Big Face she go home because all she was suck dick. She don't dance. Like, why she here? That part I agree with. It wasn't even that she did not perform that day. She not a dancer. She's a hoe.
Yes, proudly.
She said it so many times. I was like, why are you here then? And I also feel like I hate when people keep saying shit like, you know what I'm about. You know what I'm about. I got kids. You know, I'm grown, bitch. I wish you would stop taking shit you've heard black women say in movies and shit and turn it into like a tape that you keep playing over and over again. Talk like a real person.
Big Banks like Lil Banks. Big Banks. Girl, if you don't sit your ass down.
I ain't scared of no bitch.
Girl. And whenever she got beat up in that picture you showed, I felt like we could see her original face, because this whole time I've been looking at her and I've been like, what did you look like before all the cement?
Her face is sideways right here.
She was
leaning.
Her face
was leaning
to the side.
She got rocked.
She got rocky
face. Now we see Boss Tech Aqua, who's a Boss Tech Aqua, Natural, and Chanel. I don't like how big Boss Tech came back with just regular ass hairstyle. I'm like, why you leave the whole day and came back with some edges that was glued down?
Edges was glued down for dear God. It was ready for her to put a wig on top. That's what that was.
She had them tattoo edges that everybody putting, the tattoo with the water bottle. I mean, the water, like the. Have y'all seen that?
No, that's terrible.
I hate it. It's like they have little. It's like little Nike swooshes. This is what I think it is.
It's like the tattoos you would put on as a kid. They have
yeah.
And you lay it down.
Oh, I have seen that.
That's what Boss Tech edges was giving me.
Oh, and very.
They give me struggle bangs. I'm like, I just don't like how she left it her done and came back. And
with it not done.
Right, it wasn't done at all. And I like how Boss Tech, how natural, you know what? Big Face is a bully. You can't be a bully who can't fight. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Either shut the fuck up or don't be a bully.
Right. I love that. Like, you can't be no soft ass bully, bitch. And then I was glad she told Aqua to stop hating on Lucky. Like, nah, you're not gonna do that. That girl danced. Hating ass.
Exactly. Hating ass, clown ass, ashy face ass. Oh, she made
didn't do nothing with that thick ass headband.
I hate the damn headband.
She's gonna get beat up next week.
I can't wait. I can't wait.
I was like, and I pay an extra $1 to get the episode tonight.
Okay.
I hate that we have to wait till 8 p.m. Get beat up right now.
That's what Lex did to that bitch.
It do. And the end, it was just, Jocelyn having both ladies sit down and talk. And I like that. Luckily, I'm not going to make excuses for her because she was in the group home, bitch. I had her life too. Like, don't make me have to feel bad for the white bitch, because who cares? And even when they sat down and talked, and then the whole issue became, you weird, bitch. When you get drunk, you get weird. And I was uncomfortable and I left. So I feel like, why are you mad because she left? It wasn't as if you owned her. You wasn't her boss. Bitch, y'all was fucking a little bit. She didn't like it. She left. So why bring that to the house? And they kind of made up for the cameras or whatever.
Like a melted crayon. I am dead.
A melted crayon.
Not a I feel like a melted peach crayon. The one you used to color white people with. I'm dead.
I want to show it. Oh yeah, I want to show it. She. I mean, her face. It's fucked up. And we also see she packed her bags and she's gone.
She gotta get back out here. She gotta go make this money that she missing out on.
But Jocelyn gonna cuss her ass out, and I want to see that too.
When she threw all that luggage on the stairs in a bikini, I was like,
now she can come get her shit. I said, oh.
And she got a bikini bottom and a coat. What's going on?
You say I saw Barbie cut them comments off on Instagram. They must was eating her up. She said, don't talk to me.
I gotta find her on Instagram.
I'm about to say, let me see. What's her name on Instagram?
Right, what's her IG name?
I think I went to Jocelyn's page and
I call her Big Face. I'm gonna look it up.
Blueface Barbie. Like, we gotta look this up.
The
only one I follow is Miss Natural, and that's because people sent me her Instagram because I was saying that she, that I recognized her before I, realized that was her.
Blueface Barbie.
Where is it, Jocelyn?
Oh, she is. Well, it's a different blue. It's two different Blueface Barbies. Oh, this is it. Okay, I'm gonna share my screen because I found it. Don't ask me again. Share screen.
Yeah, they say Zeus. Jocelyn got the #1 show in America right now. Got the #1 show in America.
Oh, so this is her IG.
Oh, wow. Is that it? Because it only had 500 followers.
That ain't it.
Oh, that's not it. It's 58,000. 54,000.
Is that it?
Oh, it's another one.
Wait,
got a different one.
Oh, she got more than one?
Yeah.
It say Miami. No, it say Jocelyn Cabaret right there. Click on the face picture. Picture with the face. Let's see what the face look like in real life.
I'm tired of looking at this rubber fake ass.
Rubber fake ass.
That can't be her face. That can't be her face. Child, them
that's
filters,
the before face.
Them filters be everything in life. Because on camera, that bitch look like she 48.
And those are those are porn shoes.
Girl.
Can she breathe?
She can't.
Oh, wait, I'm cutting on.
She giving y'all black girl hand. She giving y'all black girl hand, bitch.
I can't.
Girl, where are your children?
The studying, okay? I can't deal with that. And the reenacting.
It bothers
me. The appropriation.
I was watching one of y'all reviews. I can't remember who it was, but y'all said something like when them white girls when they get in the game, their minds be.
I said that shit.
You said that.
I said that.
Yes,
because the way she was talking about my nigga and all of that, the way Jamie does it. When I tell y'all, nigga was in here dying laughing at the way Jamie was impersonating this by nigga.
Because that's how she was.
But her head is gone. Like the shit she was saying, like all of that bottom bitch shit. I was like, yeah, bitch. When they some of these white girls, when they pimp out these white girls and they flip them, they head be gone. To like they commit that shit to like an angry place, to a place that I feel like the black girls be out here scratching and surviving good times. And the white girls do too. But once they apply that mindset is stuck. Like you could tell all the black girls, like, low key, like I might be in this situation, but I don't want to be in this situation. The white girl, like, this is where I'm gonna be. This is where I need to be. My nigga love me. This is what I'm gonna do.
Big
Y'all know something that Boss Tech said and had me wondering if Jocelyn would even consider this. I don't know if y'all remember Boss Tech saying, I didn't sign up to be a part of Jocelyn's Bad Girls Club. And I'm
she did say that.
Did you not?
Would you want to create something like that? But
that's really what it is with strippers.
I will watch it.
It's like a Bad Girls
That's what
Club.
This is. I don't know if they know.
But it's like Johnson's a fighter. You see her on her show, like
the first season, she beat up 2 girls at one time, and you was sit there and act like you didn't think a fight might break out, and then a fight that you included yourself in. You could have been sitting on the sidelines like Miss Natural, Yummy P, Lexi Blow. They had a whole bunch of people that wasn't involved in nothing at all because they was over there on the side. You the one that wanted to go up there and buck for the booger face bitch, and look where you got yourself with your frontal taken. Okay, took it from you, gone. Edges.
I need a hat. I need a hat.
I don't think the edges were ever there.
Anybody got a hat? I love this show too much.
I do too.
It's the
so
best
ratchet
show.
I watched it like twice.
I do too.
Because I watched it the first time. And then I watched it the second time to get my screenshots and shit. And I still ended up like watching the shit like I ain't watched it the first time. It's hilarious.
Because each time you see something new, because it's like if you watch, like in this episode when they was fussing, Big Lex was in the corner. I'm like, why is she in the corner like crouched like a tiger? I felt like she was gonna text somebody, and I missed it the first time. I caught it the second time. It's like each time I watched, I catch something new that one girl doing. That I'm like, I'm gonna rewatch this week's episode because I feel like I have to know when did Big Lex charge at Aqua. I need to see the whole thing to get it into my head. But yeah.
And did she cough at somebody like COVID cough? Because Johnson was like, who the fuck you coughing at? And I was like, wait a minute.
He was like, what happened? I don't know.
Was you on accident? Or are you just paranoid? Like, what happened?
I know. I was so confused and scared because I was like, is it this serious, bitch? Can I not cough if I ever come around you? Like, y'all know these girls in the house smoking weed. Ain't like, you know, like they just out here getting cold. Like that's a, you know, she probably was smoking and then cough. So I just kind of
I wonder if Jonathan was going off, and you know, I think it was that kind of, oh bitch, you know what I'm saying? You trying to say like I ain't that? So
you trying to play with me? Like, and then Big Lex came out of nowhere. Like it's gonna be
it was a good episode though.
Yes.
So that is our show, y'all. We got it all done. Okay.
We got it all done.
And not even in 4 hours.
Yeah, y'all 20 minutes back. Y'all can prep for bed.
Okay. Y'all should be so happy that we wasn't on here so long since we like, you know, make y'all watch us and y'all be upset.
It's 4 hours. It's so long. What do we want to do?
I'm gonna go on a lunch break at this point. So
right.
Y'all be here the whole time. And look, our show, if you think about it, a radio station show has 4-hour shows. We are like a podcast, like it's all kind of shit. Watch us and listen and stop complaining because we love y'all. We do it
I
all
know
for you.
some people be at work though, so glad because the first half of their morning be going by like this.
And
they probably be going to our other channels trying to find the other one from last week or something just so they can finish out the rest of the day.
Yeah. Right. We are entertaining. Okay, we are here we entertain y'all.
We try to be.
You know,
and this is fun. We like this. We like each other.
Okay.
Trust it. Look, we talk. Look, this is what y'all don't know. After we end our live, we don't go to bed. We have full-fledged conversations. After talking for 4 hours, we sit here and talk a little bit more. Okay, and we talk every day about stuff. So if you see us disagree, please believe that don't mean shit. We ain't going nowhere. And we have fun. You know what I'm saying? We have fun on this thing every week. Every week. Now next week is on who? Wait. Is it
Niecy's channel, right? It's
on Jamie's channel?
Jamie?
Oh, it's on Jamie. That's me.
Right, Jamie.
Yeah, it was just it was me, Bonnie, Jamie. Yep.
I be forgetting sometimes. I'm like, who is it that? I be forgetting.
Okay, no. Because I feel like it was supposed to, you know, and then we switched at some point, and I got thrown. Yeah.
But now I have to remember who was when too because that's what it is. Okay. So be sure to be following who? Everybody. Okay.
All us. Everybody.
All the time. Every Thursday.
Wasn't it the song called Everybody?
Everybody in the club getting tipsy. Y'all gotta. Was that? No, that wasn't Young Jock. That was somebody else. Here comes the
that
one.
Was
2, 3.
That was that was it called Taekwon? Jaquan.
Jaquan. Okay.
Jaquan. What's his name? He did good.
I was about to say Lil Flip because of the video game.
What happened to Lil Flip? What he beefing out with T.I.? I don't know.
He got sued for that song. He didn't make no money.
Ooh, that's
Lil Flip did?
Disappointment.
That's why are you doing Young Jock body over there? A motorcycle ride with Young Jock.
I'm sorry, I can't get it out of my head. Somebody did a Jock appreciation post earlier, and I can't get that shit. I know you see it. I'm like, bing, bam. Do you want some? Chewing on it like a piece of bubble gum. I know you see. I know you see it. Okay, and we used to throw back in the day. We used to throw shit up in the air and then wait for it
to catch it.
Nah. Hey, don't start at college days.
Ooh, my high school grades too.
Oh boy, we old.
I know, right?
So much fun in college. I miss college.
Yes,
that's fun.
We will see y'all next Thursday. on Jamie's channel. Okay. Make sure y'all are there. Okay, we have games and shows. We'll have new shows next week. Married at First Sight will be next week. It was not a new episode this time, so we'll not do that show. I'm gonna still watch it though. But again,
Unmatchables is hilarious if y'all haven't watched it.
I haven't watched it.
It's hilarious. Me and Lyric actually watch it.
Which show is it?
Unmatchables. It comes on right after Married at First Sight, and they also
put it with
2 episodes this episode. Yeah, they had 2 episodes this week, and it was just really funny because they had like this time they just could not match. They matched one episode, and the other episode it was terrible because both of them was terrible. So y'all should check it out.
Catch an episode to see it. I haven't watched it yet. But support your girls. We thank y'all. We love y'all. Okay. We love being the ladies first panel. And we're gonna let that be that.
Yes.
So guess what? We done. We out of here. We'll see y'all. Bye. Bye.